Hey, I actually let the timer run out this time. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Chaotic Stupid. We are Footprints in the Custard, and we like to party. How are we doing, guys?
Oh, good.
Thanks,
Oh,
man. How are
good.
you?
I'm ready to party.
I'm all right. I have a nice brown ale and a few more to go, and I'm feeling pumped. Yeah, thank you for everyone to be here this beautiful time on a nice sunny day when the pubs are open. So,
The sun's
appreciate
trying to
it.
get through my closed curtain.
Ian, don't remind them.
But
I drove past about 5 places. I drove past 5 places on my way home earlier that had tables out the front and loads of people were having beer, and I was like, do you reckon the guys would mind if I just didn't show up today?
yeah, like
Apparently, apparently there was a group of lads going around Manchester today with a picnic table and just plonking it down outside every pub they've got to.
legends. But yeah, so I mean, while
We should go around with laptops and just log into pub Wi-Fi and play D&D from outside.
I mean, it's not the worst idea. Not the
Oh
worst idea
yeah,
in the
imagine
world.
that on 5 megabytes. That would be amazing. 5
the
megabyte
pixelated
cloud
versions of
internet.
it.
Sign me up.
So
Rolling
yeah.
our
Half
dice
an
under
hour's free browsing and then
cracks.
move to another pub.
Now, while I would have understood if you decided to stay in the pub instead, Sladen, I would have been annoyed. But you know you're here, so I'm good. I'm glad. Also, thank the rest of you for being here.
Yeah, I guess.
Thank you very much to Zero doing your resub. That's fucking ace. So we're doing something right.
Oh,
at least
thank
someone's
you.
doing it. That's
Outdoors is
amazing.
still overrated, apparently.
So yeah, I'm really chuffed. So like those of you with Amazon, by all means, do your Prime subs. Those of you who don't have Amazon, well, come and join us and follow us. That'd be great fun as well. Before we get started today, we've got a couple of and a little announcement. I think. You using your own dingles?
No, I'm using bits. I've just given us
What?
50 cents worth of bits.
What a legend! Look at that. He's paying
Thank you
himself
for
to play
your bits.
D&D. What a lad! Yeah, so we've got some new merch on our Bandcamp. That we have a new hoodie design. We've got a few of them left. We've put in an order for it. We're looking forward to seeing them in the flesh. We've got some bits to work out before we get them done, but they're looking good. We're looking forward to that. So if you have any interest in picking up some footprints, little footprints merch, that's the place to go. I'll probably set Nightbot up during the break to tell you where to go for that. That'd be grand. Outside of that, anyone else got any interesting band related news? Oh
I
yeah,
played drums.
look you go. Oh yeah. If the connection is a bit spotty this week, it's not my fault. I promise. I've I've done some TLC on my rig this week, so hopefully it should be better. However, Sladen is in a new spot. That's why everything looks in slightly different places. So, curious to see how that goes. But yeah,
It seems alright for now.
yeah,
We'll see what happens.
yeah, for now.
I've switched internet providers, so let's see how stable that stays.
Yeah, we'll see.
Like, your camera didn't move at all.
Yeah, exactly. Like we can hear you, but like
To be fair,
You know.
neither did I. So there's that.
there has been a few times where I've wondered if you guys were actually just staying still to take the piss out of me or not, but it's just the
Well, we
camera.
were. Now you've said it.
Yeah.
So
Like the school kids putting their screens to reconnecting.
yeah, exactly. So with that in mind, if everyone has their beverages ready and good to go, we all have empty bladders and fun to be had.
Oh shit,
There
I
we
forgot
go.
to toe for a piss.
Well, tough.
Right mouse.
Right, so
It's alright, it'll only take you half an hour anyway. Ian.
It's true. I've already opened a beer, so like it's probably gonna be like that. Let's crank this and see what happens. Is there any noise coming through? Yeah, there's some really low ambience. It's fine. So, when last we left the party, they had left the Rusty Trombone, made their way on horseback a few hours down the road, the north road, towards Amon Hung, where they found a gaping void in the ground. Upon inspection and the immediate conflagration of a corpse, they were assailed by a number of giant insectoid bastards. And after a rough fight, they survived. Much to everyone's
Go on, say it.
Indifference.
Amusement. I didn't expect they were going to fight them all, but they did, and they won. And you know,
Well, right, so you're trying to kill us all off.
no,
He's trying to kill us.
this is a force of nature. I'll have you know, Ross. So yeah, so after a number of minor cave-ins caused by our good bard, and a series of hatchlings being murdered, and a big queenie, flecky-looking one being murdered as well,
She was the slag.
we find ourselves with our adrenaline failing as the room falls quiet, and the sobbing of a grown man in the corner, surrounded by a bunch of eggs.
Ian?
Takes your. Well, okay. Well, I know who's my bitch now. Right.
I know who's dying in this session.
Yeah. Let's see how much your orc resilience can hold up now.
This is where he pulls out his special Nat 20 dice again.
Oh, that's a good point.
I'm just going to send you the same picture of that 20 every time.
I was going to change my dice today. I've not got around to it, but I will do. I'll crack on with that shortly. So that it's new die. We don't know what's going to happen. So not that I know what's going to happen anyway, because they're dice, but whatever. So it's quiet. The glowing mushrooms and various sort of bits of refuse and viscera strewn around everywhere. The giant insectoid corpses plugging small holes in the corridors. What do you guys do?
Something. Sort of clamber over the insect in front of me and walk towards the crying man.
Yeah. So as you do, in fact, you know what? I'm gonna just to remind the stream. I'll pop you guys on the map. There we go. Excuse me. What's that all about? So, yeah, you guys have got control of your characters, right? Your tokens, your pucks.
Yep.
Aye, I do.
Yeah. So
I don't know
I'll.
what mine is.
Where is mine?
Yours,
next to mine.
yeah, Waka, you're down in the
Found
central
him.
central
I found
chamber.
him.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So
What's going on with these? Do they look untampered with, ready to pop?
oh yeah, like an alien. There's just like clutches of them. A few of them are kind of wriggling. A few of them are smaller. A few of them are a bit larger.
Who's going to be our John Hurt?
Yeah, the large ones are the ones that are kind of wriggling away. You can see various sort of bunches of these glowing mushrooms. There is some animal bone and refuse located in the southwest. Sorry. To the north, there is a batch of reddish-looking crystal protruding from the wall.
So Vast approaches and, as if it's some kind of custom that he's not aware of, says, "Why are you crying amidst a pile of eggs?"
I don't want to. Are they all gone?
No, they're still here. There's
Oh
loads of them.
God! Oh no! And you can see him. He's like forcing himself into the back wall. You realize that the illumination in this room is pretty low for a man without dark vision. So he can only really see rough silhouettes of you. As you come out of the darkness, there's the chewed up dismembered corpse of another gentleman by your feet, essentially. And he's kind of just scrambling around, looking around roughly for where you are, but can only really make out the silhouette.
Can I check the body?
You can. Roll an investigation check. Oh, anticipation.
Anticipation.
If anyone's
Hey, at least you didn't wait for 6 hours to finish the word anticipation.
yeah, not this time. For those of you that are looking at the rolls, yes, those are custom skills that we've made up. Their reasoning and usage will become apparent as and when. But with an investigation of 3, you find a dead man. It's not easy to
He's dead.
It's easy to tell that he's definitely wearing the trappings of some kind of adventurer. But yes, very dead. He has no arms. His legs are being sheared and torn. His torso is ripped apart. He's got like leather armor that is just being completely torn asunder. From your perspective, make an investigation, or no, make a perception. Why not? Gonad, yeah, you don't think he's very tasty, but you've been proven wrong before.
I look at the crying fellow and say, "There's a dead guy here. Did you know? On the
Yeah.
other side of your pile of eggs."
Oh God, is that what these are? Oh no! And you see him, and he starts scrambling up the wall, like stands up. He's got his back up against the wall, like just starts shimmying around, like, oh God, is that what they are? Oh no! He is very distressed.
Why are you so scared? We killed the bugs.
Because they killed everyone. They killed them all. Brooke, Garth, Guthrie, like, oh God, what about my brother? Oh no!
Oh,
It's any help.
I turn to
they were
Gonad
weak
and say,
they're dead now.
I think the rest of them were his friends.
Oh dear. It's upsetting. I'm sorry for your loss.
Oh my God, there's more of you. You see him, he starts like sidling around sidling around the outside towards the some more of the light. But he keeps like tripping and kicking over eggs.
I just want to say, I don't think these eggs are going to be very safe for you to be crying around.
Oh no! You're right. Okay. Okay. Can we leave?
A little bit of a tangent while this is happening.
I was
am
going to suggest
distracted.
Why are you distracted? Oh, the gems.
I found some funky red crystal on the wall.
Okay. Roll an investigation check. Oh. 4.
Oh, dear.
They are
Oh my god!
they are red and spiky.
Can they be broken off?
Yeah, definitely.
I'm gonna break some of them off and put them in my bag.
Okay, how are you breaking them off?
Just finding like ones that are like at an angle which would be easily prizable.
Sure, yep. As you manage to take off the first one, can you roll a dexterity saving throw, please?
What?
I'm fucking with you.
No, I didn't hear what you said because it came out as that throws.
Well, I did ask you to roll a dexterity saving throw, but I was fucking with you, so don't worry about it. Yeah, so you managed to prize off a good handful of big chunky red crystal.
What happens? If anything.
They break off, and they're kind of soft and crumbly in the way. The guy is kind of
going.
yeah. He just keeps
I'm just gonna keep going.
keep harvesting away.
Someone at a slot machine in Vegas who's just like pulling all the levers. That's me.
Excellent.
Usually just going
A switchboard operator in the
his way
50s.
through the cave in.
Sorry, dude.
Duche is just going to start slowly making his way through this cave in and over this corpse
Yeah,
to see what's going on because he's just hearing noises.
It's
I'm gonna
it's
follow you.
I'm going to start a campfire under the eggs.
okay. Okay. Yeah. Do you have
Prestidigitation.
so have you got Tinder?
I don't actually know. I didn't realise they were that advanced, but
Yeah,
I'm sure Vast would be all over that.
there's I know you're being facetious, but there's a specific spell for create bonfire, which is different.
I have a tinderbox.
Okay, so you can make a spark.
Yes.
Huh.
Okay.
I assume I can make a spark with
Yeah, no, you absolutely can, but like you don't have.
Do I need some like wood or something?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you can't just have a lighter and like I've made a campfire. It's like, no, you haven't. You've got a lighter out. But
Yeah. No.
At this point,
you're quite
Douche's
right.
going to start trying to make his way over, just going, "What the fuck are you doing?"
yeah, some of the eggs are getting animated and wriggling away.
Douche, do you have any wood?
This.
Have you got wood?
Well, it depends on who you're asking, but before we get into that delightful conversation, could we leave this cavern of death?
I want to burn the eggs so they don't hatch.
What if burning them makes them
What
hatch?
if burning makes them hatch faster?
Then they'd hatch and be on fire. It'd be fucking ace.
I mean, the logic is sound. He's right.
It's true.
While they're bickering about this, I'm going to investigate this dead guy.
Okay, yep. Roll an investigation.
I'm just going to pinch between my eyebrows, make my way across the side while he's doing that.
Seconds.
Yep.
Just lean into a whacker and say, "He's dead."
I know. Yes.
Yeah, you find the same dead guy with the same lack of limbs and the same torn armor. He's been promptly chewed and chomped and eaten for the most part.
Hey, Vast. Have you seen this dead guy?
Yes.
I think he's dead.
Gonad is
He's
just
dead.
unresponsive at this point while he's just like hammering away at these crystals, just filling his pockets with these red crumbly bits. I'm going to say like after maybe a couple of minutes, you'd probably get like 20 pounds of this red crystal. Douche, what are you doing?
You crying man.
I'm going to go to the crying idiot and just go, "Listen, before my colleagues do something inanely stupid, come with me if you want to live."
Okay. Okay. You see him, and he's like steps, and in fact, I'm going to roll a dexterity for him. Okay, he rolled a 16, so that's fine. So he managed to tiptoe around the eggs without stepping on any of them. Essentially, he manages to make his way towards you, and you got his hands outstretched, and you kind of just grab him as he gets through. He's like, "Oh God! Oh right, you're real. Okay. Oh God!
Yes.
Okay.
Shut the fuck up.
Okay.
Shut the fuck up.
Okay. Make a
Now come with me.
make a charisma persuasion check.
Okay, let me just this version.
Okay, yeah, that'll do it. Yeah, and you see him. He's like, takes a couple deep breaths. Like, okay, all right. This is what Mama would have wanted. Let's go. It's okay. We could. Okay.
Really? Huge insectoid worms were big on the list for your mama. Really?
No, but getting out. Yeah, calm, strong, brave. Yeah.
Okay, we'll roll with that. Come on.
Okay. All right.
Douche, ask him if he's got wood.
Why would he have wood?
And he turns around. And he's like, I had the cart, I guess. I don't think it's gonna be much use to me now.
Okay, he has wood, just not here. That mangled cart from the hole, that's the only wood around this place.
Oh God.
How am I going to burn these eggs?
You're not. We're going to leave.
Shall we smash them?
I've got a wooden shield I found in a cavern. You can have that.
He did find a rudimentary wooden shield.
Will that be enough?
I will take that and sort of lodge it under some of the eggs.
Yeah, it's very dry and very desiccated. It's
It'll do nicely.
it would make good
So-
kindling.
So while this is all happening, Gonad is still in the corner, like just him with his crystals.
Yep.
You know how you said they're kind of crumbly?
Yep.
Just how powdery can they get?
Oh God! Why do we all know where this is going?
with a bit of work, you reckon you could, if you had a mortar and pestle, you could get it to a nice fine grain. Yeah.
No one give him a mortar and pestle.
DM, do I think that this is smokable?
Everything's smokable if you're brave enough.
That's all I needed to know. Thank you.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay. So, Waka, you present your shield. Good to see you, Laser Rush. Yeah, we've not long started. They've found a crying man and they're talking to him, kind of. He's crying.
And there's eggs.
And there's eggs. And Gonad's just found a bunch of crystal.
And he doesn't have wood.
He doesn't have wood, but he does have a shield.
He knows of a cave.
So yeah.
If you're lighting this fire, I suggest we make like a tree and wait and get out.
You tried to and you accidentally say it right.
I'll see you all later.
I think Ross, you've already had a fucking big ol' half of these crystals, haven't you? Jesus. I'm glad charisma's not your main modifier, dude. Brilliant.
I don't know whether that's a compliment or not.
On Waka, I mean. On Waka, you're playing your character. So.
Skeptical squirrel, I think he broke all of us.
Yeah.
That's true. I'm a breakable man.
I mean, you're not puked yet, so I mean, there's still a way to go.
Shall we get out?
True. I've not puked this week.
Yes, out, good.
So, Vast, you said you're putting the shield under a bunch of these eggs.
Yeah, and then lighting it and hoping that the fire will spread along them.
Yeah, I mean, so
Depends how flammable they are.
Yeah, they're so the eggs themselves are they're not like attached to any stems or anything. They're kind of just like nestled into the ground in like little grooves. So you'd kind of have to like roll them out a little bit to put the shield underneath. But you think it is doable. They do seem quite durable.
Okay.
So you set a section of them. Pick your 5-foot square.
Whilst he's doing it, can I be very insistently pushing this merchant towards the cave?
He's absolutely very happy to be dragged along out of here.
I'm also on my way out as well.
Fuck.
I think we should leave him to it. Fire be gone.
I'm going to move over towards Vast where the fire is and see what happens when the crystal burns.
Okay. So right there. Okay, that's fine. All right,
sort of around here, yeah. That's a rhombus, not a square, by the way.
That's fine. It could be a very fashionable shield. So yeah, you place the eggs in a rearranged clutch on top of it, and set it alight, I assume. Yep, takes a couple.
My finger.
Takes a couple of goes. Like the flint in your finger's gone. But it does eventually start to burn in smoke. And in the confines of the room, as it does sort of bring up, the smoke becomes quite thick. You see the eggs on top of it though before it becomes unbearable. The eggs do just sit there, like you put eggs on a stove. They don't explode. They don't crack necessarily, but they do seem to be responding to the heat, much like a boiled egg would do.
Do they smell?
Does the fire spread along the eggs or not?
No, it stops at the edge of the shield. But there is a nice sort of little fire being presented in that square.
So what happens when I cook the crystal?
So how are you cooking the crystal? How are you doing?
You become Heisenberg.
I'm just standing off to the side, a safe distance away from the eggs, but close enough so that I can, like, at full stretch, just burn the tip of it.
Sure, yeah. So so as you put it in, it does kind of like shrivel up very quickly. The top of it kind of just the fire races up it towards where the heat is no longer affecting it, and a red wisp comes out. Can you make a
Okay.
Constitution saving throw?
I can indeed. I'm interested to see what happens here.
Nothing good.
No, I can't. That's a natural one.
It's,
Gonad can't hold his
That's like the
shit.
5th one of this session, isn't it?
you feel
I'm gonna fuck off roll 20 in a minute and just start rolling my actual dice if this keeps happening. I'm not even joking.
nope. Yeah, so it comes across as very bitter, and it goes right up your nose, and you're like, oh, ugh, and it feels really weird. You start to feel a little woozy.
Does anything else happen? Or am I just
Nope.
woozy?
No, you didn't cook up a lot of it, and you didn't take a direct inhale, so just feel a bit woozy.
How
Right.
heavy are the eggs?
They're probably about 2 or 3 pounds each.
Can I start with Mage Hand and push them into the fire?
Yeah, absolutely. So
Because this doesn't go how I wanted it to go. I was hoping they were like super flammable, but no, they weren't. So I'm just going
Yeah.
to start pushing the other eggs into the fire
sure, yeah.
and take a
Do you want to
step
do
back and do it.
Do you want to do like a sleight of hand check to do it relatively carefully, or do you want to just like pick them up and launch them, or do you want to just like not be very gentle about it? Okay, sleight of hand. Yeah, it takes a couple of minutes, but you're able to push them all into a mound, a central mound around the fire. The ones that are moving and wriggling begin to wriggle faster and more viciously, and you can hear small sort of shrieks and squeals from a few of
You
them.
roast the unborn?
These squeals sustain me in any way. Does this make me feel good?
Roll a perception check with disadvantage.
No one feels good about this.
Natural ones.
11. You're confident you know what's going
Now I
on.
roll well.
Yeah, you're confident that you know what's going on, but you're not sure exactly where the squealing is coming from.
Okay, I'm just gonna pretend somebody's cooking mushrooms and they're squeaking on the fire.
Yep. Little squeaky eggs.
Now I'm hungry.
Can I check this guy's pockets if he has any left?
Yes, you can. Make another investigation check. $16. Yeah, you find the remains of a stump on his in where his arm used to be. It has a nice carving of a nice sort of tattoo element on it. Of like a pin-up girl.
Sorry, can you just say that again? You kind of broke up on my end.
Sorry. So he's got like a tattoo on his upper shoulder, and it has like a little pin-up dragonborn girl on it. But that's all he's got. It's of anything of remote.
Just the
note.
tattoo.
Just the tattoo.
Can I cut it off?
Sure. Yeah. Roll a dexterity check. You cut it right off.
Maiming the
But by the time you've got the flesh off, it's kind of like you cut like the side of the first cut of like a loaf of bread, but it's gone fucking totally ski-whiff, and it's like really thin and see-through on one side and mottled on another, and just a horrible icky mess.
When you're trying to cut up a tin of spam and you've got one really thin slice and one absolute chonker.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I just sort of hold it, look at it, and then throw it into the fire.
Yep.
Does it smell tasty?
Gonad, it smells well tasty now. Eggs and bacon, essentially.
Oh,
Long pork.
it's Sophie's choice, man. Do I eat the skin? Do I not eat the skin? You know, it's like
Do you wait for it to turn
I'm
to
gonna leave
crackling?
it.
I feel your neutrality is being tested
Yeah.
to a very big limit here.
Those of you that are on your way out of the
I don't
cave,
think you realise how hungry I am.
you could
I
have.
didn't eat anything at the bar, did I?
Oh
You
no.
did not. Thank you for reminding me. The rest of you, you'd be able to have made your way out of the cavern by this point, or at least towards the final turn before you reach the top.
Wonderful. I'll just pop myself by the little reservoir there.
Do I feel like my work here is done?
I mean, it really
So
depends
this-
on
for every man.
really depends on what you were trying to achieve.
I was trying to kill all the eggs before they hatched.
Some of them are still wriggling, so you suspect they're in pain, but you're pretty confident the ones that are still making noise are still alive.
But they're in pain.
They're in pain, yeah.
That'll do. Let's go.
Oh, come now.
Brilliant.
I tire of this. Let's leave.
Excellent. So as you guys make your way back into
Killing
the
insectoid fetuses.
as you guys make your way back into the cavern, the rest of you turn into the other corridor. Oh, I've just opened Photoshop somehow. Don't worry, it's all good. I can just close that down. And yeah, as you guys are sort of pressing your way through the really thin gap at the front, what's the order?
With
Well,
This is-
go
is
now.
on the map.
Sorry, Wacker was heading out before me and the merchant, so I would imagine it'd be Wacker, then the merchant, and then me.
Okay, yep, that's fine.
Just like
Um,
pushing him along.
I'm a little ways behind because I had
Yeah.
to walk away from the smell of burning flesh because I got hungry.
Yeah. Yeah, so Waka, you manage to squeeze your way in, squeeze your way out back into the light, and the air is really nice to not have the cloying feeling of earth, sort of laying on top of you, the pressure, as it were. The merchant guy makes his way through and he goes, "Oh my god! Oh 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 my god! Guthrie, what happened?" And you see him, and he's just cradling the burnt, charred corpse of the guy that was you guys were using as a plug on the other side, and he's like, "Oh my god, what did they do? Oh no! Oh god! Oh god!"
It was actually, it was like that
I
when we got here.
I assume stifling a laugh is not a stealthy move.
I mean, you're far enough away that he would definitely have disadvantage to perceive it. But Duche, you said something.
He was, that was like that when we found it.
I need you to make a deception check, please.
Oh, delicious.
Okay. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Where's the rest of you? Oh god. Oh no.
Like a single bead of sweat just moves down Duche's neck.
It's like those acid bastards. How did they? Oh my god. Oh god, it's so oily. Oh no. And he's just like sat down, cradling him briefly. And he's like, oh no, how am I gonna?
I would like to
Okay.
remind you that there were a lot of eggs ready to hatch down
Oh
there.
yeah. Oh god. Oh no, they're all gonna do this. Oh god. All right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And you see him, and he's like steals himself for a second. It's like, okay. I'm gonna take him. I'm gonna take you with me, and I'm gonna take you home to Mama, and it's gonna be fine. She'll know what to do. Oh god. Oh god.
I'll just lean
brain
over
is
to go.
saying, "Are you gonna eat that?"
I'm just going to whisper like, "This man is insane."
Can I just give him a light slap and say, "Calm yourself, man."
Yeah. Roll an intimidation check.
And then a nun comes from behind him, and then the service people already with
Yeah, he failed.
I failed, or he failed.
No, he failed. You rolled a 7. He rolled a 2. So,
Eight.
and he's got way less charisma than that. So yeah, or wisdom, I should say. So you see him, and he's like, "Oh god, okay, yeah. Oh, ow. You're a big fellow. Oh god, wow. Okay.
Are there any personal effects on him that you could take with you?
He goes,
We might
he
leave him here.
and he looks around, and he's like, he reaches into his front pocket, and he's like, "Oh no, he had a watch, a pocket watch. It was my great granddaddy's, but it's lost. We need to find it. We need to find it. And he starts.
And I turn around to Gonad and give a very searching look.
He's not got it.
He starts.
Well, I know he's not got it, but Duche wouldn't put it past him.
Yeah. He starts sort of like. He
I
starts.
literally just turn on and go.
He starts hauling his brother's corpse up the incline, into the bit at the top, to the ridge, and he's like, okay, well, he had it. Well, he had it when the bastards came out of the ground. Oh my god. Okay, no. Well, that's a big hole. Okay, all right. And he just sort of just props him up against the wall, roughly where you guys had found him. And he's like, oh my god, that's a lot of blood. Oh no, was that all yours?
Can I emerge out of the hole now?
Yeah, everyone is out of the hole, if you so wish. Move to Cam only.
Second, I'm having some difficulty. I just need to sort something out.
Okay, no problem, dude. I'll. Do you want me to put like a stand-in in for you or something?
Oh.
Doop, 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 doop. Oh, I didn't need to do that to everyone. There you go. See, no, it's almost like he's still here. Yeah. So he's at the top and he starts looking around. Well, he fucked that up, didn't he? So you see him scrambling around, looking for this pocket watch, and doesn't seem to find it. Doesn't seem to have much luck. Seems pretty distracted. Sure, yeah. Make an investigation check.
Hi.
18. Yeah, you stumble around. You sort of kick over bits of sort of rubble that have been knocked aside, and looking under it. You suspect that had it still been here, you would have found it.
What's everyone doing?
We were looking for this poor bastard's brother's.
I'm back.
Pocket watch. I do believe it's gone.
Okay, well,
Oh, that's a shame.
at least I've still got most of his body, I guess. Okay.
The pocket watch would be worth more, I imagine.
It's more sentimental, really. It was my granddad's, but
Well, in that case, I think the body would be more sentimental.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't know if Mama's going to be able to afford it, but we might be able to bring him back. We don't know. That'd be nice. Oh God, that's a lot of blood. And he looks around and he goes, right, that way. Okay, that's back to herpes. Okay, that's fine. Okay, I can do that. He looks around and see if they can find anything, and he just no. Okay, you see him. He undoes his belt and straps the underneath what's left of his brother's sort of torso, and just straps it to his back. It's like, I'll carry you. It's okay. We'll get you back. It's okay. It's all right.
Nice to meet you.
And no, it wasn't very nice. I'm sorry. And just starts
Send us a postcard.
trudging eastwards.
Just with his brother's intestines just like flapping against the back of his legs.
It's quite a sad affair, really.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose his brother's intestines would be flapping against the back of his legs as we not cauterized the entire body.
I mean, bits
It
are
doesn't
still
stop-
slowing
doesn't
off.
Stop the bleeding.
Just stop the bleeding.
Yeah.
Just to double check, were we headed towards Herpy?
No,
ourselves?
you were
No,
heading westwards. Yeah. Towards.
Ah, right. So we're
towards
We're going
Yeah.
towards Eamon Holmes' hung.
Fact, I can. Where did you guys leave your horses?
I left mine tied up.
Tied up to the tree outside.
Yeah.
when
I left.
Yeah, when it was sort of mentioned by the DM that might have been a bad idea to leave them untethered, I think we all just kind of went, okay, so we just take care of that.
That's fine. So they're still there. Braying happily, or as if nothing unusual had happened. You guys are probably about here, I would say. I'll show you guys on the stream. Probably around this sort of area. It's probably close to about 1 p.m. at this point. You guys have had a big breakfast, set off, spent a couple hours on the road, maybe spent an hour or so down in the depths, investigating. Most of that time was spent trying to throw this burning body into a hole. But yeah.
Is there any food on what is left of the merchant's cart?
Make an investigation check. You guys did happen to find silks and hides and leathers and stuff on the around in this sort of the disarray. The 17.
17.
The leathers, would they have been prefabricated into anything, or were they just leathers left to one side?
Just
Shall I put them into our loot list? Silks, hides, and leathers. We taking them?
if you'd like. They weren't pre-cut. They were just like as if it's come from like a tanner's
raw material.
Yeah. Mm. Well, that's a good beer. But yeah, you can do. If you spend a bit of time, you'd probably be able to locate maybe £20 worth of hides, leathers, and silks
Each.
in total. Okay. Some of it is a little worse for wear. Some of it's okay. With regards to,
did I find any? Did I find any food? Sorry.
You did not find any in the Merchant's Cavern. However, you do find a number of flowering berry bushes a little way into the forest. As you kind of look in, you can see.
Are they good to eat?
You
like,
suspect,
are they safe, or are they going to murder me?
You suspect so. I mean, you seem to have a penchant for red doing pretty good for you. So
I'm gonna eat everything I can find.
Sure, yeah.
if it's a berry and hasn't been tainted by feces.
Yeah, sure. You just start scoffing away at these this berry bush in the sort of the about 20 feet into the forest ridge. Roll a Constitution saving throw.
Save.
Yeah, you're fine.
14.
You after a couple of mouthfuls, your stomach starts to rumble a little bit, but you suspect it might just be the shock that you're eating, and it's something so overripe that you might have a slightly upset stomach, but it's not going to cause you any trouble.
I have a look into at the sun to see where it is in the sky, and then pull out my pocket watch and just check that to see what time it is.
It's on our back. The sun's on our back, as it always is.
Yeah.
It's about 1 p.m.
It's
Did you always have a pocket watch fast?
No, I got it from that guy's dead brother.
You are the worst people I have ever met, and I'm just going to
Oh, that's what he was looking
ride
for.
the fuck off.
I didn't think it was the same one.
Already trotting away, back to you. Just fuck you guys.
So, Dusha,
Hey guys, I'm going home.
Are you leading your horse westwards? Is that right?
Yeah,
I was going to suggest that we take a short rest while I look through the merchant's cart and salvage some stuff for our loot.
Can Duche hear this? Because I have.
You absolutely could if you wanted to.
Right, okay.
He's not out of earshot at this point, but like,
all right.
It's whether or not Duche is like, nope, I'm done with this, and wants to carry on through that. And he's like, well, I could do with a sit down.
Yeah. I'll look over my shoulder and go, oh yes, have a quick rest with all the murder worms. You do that.
DM.
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Did I remember to pick my hand axes up before I left the cave?
You know what? I made some notes. Let me have a look.
That
wasn't one of them. Yeah, it wasn't on my notes, so I assume you did.
I was going to say. I distinctly recall you saying that you.
I think I did it before I followed you into the end. Before I followed you into the end of the cave. That's all right.
Yeah, I think you're all right there.
Okay, that's fine. Well, in that case, I say we have a short rest here. I agree. With the insect things. They were only
super on
babies.
fire.
We'll just stamp on them if they come out.
Or jump in them like a puddle of goo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll use the hour to get that silk and leathers. And...
Okay. If you guys want to take a short rest, that is
tied to my
absolutely fine.
horse.
We feel before we actually start the rest, should we get the rest of the wagon and pile it in front of the hole and set a campfire?
You could do. There is enough scrap wood there to sort of like to pile it together and make. You could even block up the cave if you wanted to with the scraps if you wanted to.
I'll do that.
That's not a bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
fine.
need to take a short rest, so I'll work through.
Okay. So you
You
just
do
find
that.
like a bunch of loose planks and kind of just jam and gum up the cave. You reckon that if they're as young as literally born, they might not be immediately trying to burrow. They might spend a couple of days sort of getting old enough.
fine.
Assuming any of them survive, of course.
Yeah. Duche's just gonna travel like 5 minutes away from the party and just find a likely like patch of grass to just fling himself down on.
Sure, yeah. So you've got
Kicking and throwing his fists in the ground.
so the
It's just like they.
sort of the southern sort of cliff edge does start to sort of like ease away as you sort of make your way out, and it does become more sort of plainsy briefly on the south side. So there is like a nice verdant little field there that you could happily just sit down on the side of the road and engage in a bit of lute tinkling if you wished.
And play myself a song of rest, perchance.
Perchance. But yeah, if you guys want to do that is absolutely fine. Is anyone looking out for anything or doing anything else during the rest?
Yeah, I mean, with Vast blocking up the hole, and really our bard needs to rest, and our rogue needs to rest. I only lost 9 HP, so I'm still sitting on more than half the party. So I'll keep a lookout while we're resting.
Okay.
I don't mind.
Yeah, it's not going to affect your short rest necessarily, but it's like if you want to be the person to look out. I will require Duche to do one as well, seeing as you're on your own.
Do a sorry what?
Perception checks from both of you. Please.
Perception check. Yeah.
Okay. Duche, you're playing your Song of Rest. You're having a good time. Just if you want to roll a d6 for that. So you can gain 4 HP during the rest. You're too far away from the rest of the party for them to benefit from it, sadly. But you're just kind of just like looking up at the sky, at the trees, and sort of just kind of having a big old sort of Sound of Music kind of moment to yourself. Gonad, you sit there and you think you hear like a bit of rustling further into the forest. It could just be game, could be a fox, could be something like that, could be potentially a deer. You're not sure, but it doesn't seem to approach.
Doesn't seem to approach.
It doesn't seem to approach. It's kind of there and then it's gone and then nothing. As you're kind of looking around, you can see the guy sort of trudging. There's like a sort of damp trail of trickles of blood with every couple of steps he takes. Seems to just like gush another little bit out of his brother's torso.
Like on the original Resident Evil games where you're injured and whenever you walk there's just a little bit of blood spot behind you.
Exactly like that, yeah. And you can see him just in the distance. He's just a tiny little speck on the
Oh,
horizon, on the road. And yeah, the hour otherwise passes with no issue. If anyone wants to use any hit die to heal themselves, by all means, that goes for you as well, Gonad, if you wanted to.
I'm going.
Yeah. What are the hit die?
So on
D8 plus 3.
Yeah. So if you roll a d8, and I think you can just click it and it'll just tell you.
I get a D10.
Remember to mark them off as you use them because you only get half of them back on a long rest. So
That's 6, so I'm up to 30.
okay,
I'll take that.
excellent.
Deal.
That is good.
That actually puts me back to full health as well. Brilliant.
Oh dang!
That is good. Excellent. So, after a mild rest, sort of taking in the early afternoon sun, it gets close to sort of 2:30. Duche, you're beginning to become bored. What do the rest of you
Actually,
do?
got a pocket watch to hand. How
Ah.
exciting.
Actual props. Wonderful.
That reminds me. Let me find my powdered crystals.
Here's some I prepared earlier. Excellent. Yeah.
Except they're blue, not white, not red.
Takes a bit of doing, but you can lead the horses round the limb of the hole without too much effort. They seem to naturally not want to fall in, unsurprisingly. So it's quite easy to do so. There is no further sign of any insects coming out of the cavern. What do you guys do?
It's always good news.
Where is the half-elf?
And Duche at this point of his board has just started trotting back, just muttering darkly under his breath about what bullshit's going to come next.
Wow. I feel like that was targeted to me there. Okay, wow. That's two.
You found your new bitch.
No, I haven't. No, I'm kidding. You are my bitch. So yeah, Duche sort of rejoins the party, perhaps like 30-40 feet away from the hole, as you guys have begin to make your way further eastwards. I'm going to put some music on, because we can have some travel music. So,
La, 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 la.
there we go. That's a nice one. There we go. Beautiful. So, yeah, you guys continue your way eastwards. It's fairly bright. Oh, there seems to be a cow there.
You mean westwards?
That's what I meant. I was distracted by the cow. I'm sorry.
I was testing you.
Yeah.
I thought they're called coos where you come from.
Yeah, it's true. After maybe so you guys are back on your horses. Two of you are double saddling. I guess I don't know what it's called, but Vast and Gonad on the same horse. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're just like back mountain in that shit.
Cool. You guys managed to sort of make your way another hour or two further down the road before you come to a wide dirt path heading southward. There's like an intersection, and you can see that the forest kind of pulls like a canopy over the top, and it looks quite dark and foreboding for the most part. You're grateful that you didn't take that road. The sight of it.
Is there anything glaringly obvious within sight range?
Other
Past that canopy?
Not particularly. No. You can roll a perception check if you'd like.
From just can Duche just shout like without even looking at, "Don't you fucking dare!"
Not
With an 8. No, you do happen to notice that the road is it was already becoming perhaps a little unkept. The further across the north road that you went, but by the time it hits this point of the intersection, both roads are barely roads. It's like you can see them because there is like perhaps it was a road a while ago, and it seems to have been left unmaintained for a couple of decades, perhaps.
Has it eroded?
That's exactly what's happened. But yeah, it's still obviously a pathway, but not necessarily as well maintained as you would expect. But there is nothing otherwise obvious about the path that you can see. Just that you know it goes south, and there are things to the south.
Wow.
Cool.
You can see
From
by the end of looking westwards, you can now see on the horizon the sheer scale of the sort of the mountainous regions that are there. They're not incredibly big, but they're definitely taking up the landscape. The trees become far more sparse. The plains are almost non-existent, and it becomes mostly mountain and hillside. And it's quite a foreboding kind of image on the horizon. But seeing on the map, you guys are fairly confident you could make your way to Amon Hung through that.
Off we fuck.
Okay, so by the time you guys get to near the forest's edge, it's probably getting close to about 5 or 6. You're probably still about an hour or so out of where Amon Hung is, but the road is completely gone. There is no strict path at this point. Make
What's
survival.
the terrain like?
Make survival or nature checks.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Do you ever get it where you just lose your mouse cursor?
Yeah.
Can't find it forever.
Right, I've got 3 screens. It happens way too often.
What's
Okay.
behind screen number 1?
So, Gonad and Vast, you guys can see that you're no longer going to be on a road. It's going to be hard. Duché, you suspect that it might be hard for the horses on some of the ridges, to get them up some of the inclines.
Not our horse.
Like Skyrim horses that can go straight up vertically as long as you keep jumping.
And I mean, if you guys want to keep doing animal handling checks to make that happen, I'm totally in.
Is this going to be one of those cases where we may have to dismount and lead the horses?
With a 16, Vast very, very, surprisingly, sort of kicks the hips essentially, because I assume you're riding at the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm riding sideways, like a lady might.
Yeah.
Somebody
Yeah.
robe.
So you just kick the horse and it jumps and it hops on. I need. Well, Waka does the same. However, I need everyone on a jumping horse to do me a dexterity saving throw, please.
As well.
Yeah.
I'm not held on particularly well, am I?
Vast, you fell off. Waka, you've fallen off, but you keep hold of the bridle. Gonad, you've got a 10. That's fine. You stay on your horse. As it hops.
I'm amazing.
As it hops and
Duché's
stands
just
where
going to
it is.
dismount and lead his horse over.
Was I thrown from the horse?
You are on the ground. Yes.
I'm off the ground, aren't I? All right.
You're kind of you're kind of more like being dragged as your horse kind of just pulls you a little bit, Waka.
Well, I'm just going to let go of the everything for now.
As you let go, the horse moves as it is wanting.
The horse moves.
I'm such an evocative
I'm
DM.
just gonna grab the horse and just steady it and just stop it from going any further.
Okay.
I didn't want to be on that horse anymore anyway.
From just behind them, they heard the derisive chuckling of Duché.
He very gallantly manages to
I'm
dismount.
fine. I'm
Are there
gone.
any-
I'm away.
Are there any trees at all where we are?
Yeah, you're towards the edge of the foresty ridge. So you suspect that if you wish to, you could find some cover there, or you could potentially try and find some cover further up into the mountain. As I say, it's getting close to like 5 or 6 now. So you guys reckon you probably only got maybe 2-3 hours worth of daylight left before it becomes darkness.
Sorry.
I was going to say, is it going to be easier to lead the horses? Is it the sort of terrain we can lead them by the bridle
You'd be
instead
able
of
to lead
riding
them. You'd be able to lead them for a while, yeah. Whether or not you'd be able to sort of ride them for a lot of it would be another matter entirely.
I think maybe we stop here at the edge of the trees, leave the horses with plenty of grass to graze on, and go the rest of the way on foot. Maybe tomorrow.
That's fine. Yes. Okay. Here's a tree.
Okay.
I'm going to tie my horse to this tree. It's not not running away while I'm gone.
So you're just leaving your tree, your horse just at the tree.
Yeah. It's a long. I've like extended the bridle a bit, so he's got a good amount of movement.
Okay.
You can still do that thing that dogs do, where they just wind themselves up and then hit the tree.
Yeah, no, Ian, he's not saying that he's going to tie the horse to the tree and then just go to Amon Hung. We're talking about bedding down.
Yeah, I know. I'm just like it. before finding like a suitable spot, you're just like, well, this is the end of the path. There's the tree. There you go.
No, I think we should
Right.
go into the forest, but just at the edge of the forest.
Okay.
Yeah,
So there's not
like two or three trees in.
not beasties.
I'll just
so we're
hide-
hidden.
Tied my horse up. All right, fine. Untied again. Okay.
Okay, so who is looking for a good spot then?
We all are.
I'd take that for a perception check.
That'll
Yeah,
that'll be a survival check.
Survival check. Either or.
Have a look.
There we go.
Oh, never
That'll
mind.
do. Yeah,
No, well,
you guys are all on it.
I'm
You're like,
looking at the sky.
as soon as
We
the
are all wanting to survive.
as soon as you guys like even consider, apart from Gonad has already shown how willing,
wish.
how willing he is to throw himself on whatever spiky red things he could possibly find. The rest of you seem to be quite sort of single-minded about what you want, and how you're going to get it. And you make your way in and find a small clearing. You suspect it might have been used by rangers in the past. There's some evidence of campfire and sort of not necessarily tent erections, but there's like you could see where like they might have been sorting them as hitching posts. There's a few logs sat around, and it's like a nice open area. There's a small stream about a minute to the north. You'd be able to refill on if you wished to refill your water skins.
Yes.
Um,
And bathe.
Yep.
I am going to. While everybody's doing that, obviously, I'm a little bit distracted by, the sky. Apparently, so while everyone's like looking around for somewhere to camp and looking around for possible avenues to go down for the evening, with my history and the organisation that I'm part of, I'm gonna think, you know what they would do. I'm gonna start making some traps around camp.
Okay, cool. Make what kind of check is it for setting traps? Do you have traps? What kind of traps are you making?
I'm gonna make some out of what I can find.
Okay, so like you'll be able to make some
Well,
basic.
I've got lengths of rope. I've got
Just
spiky
making
stuff.
pretty finds.
I reckon you'd be able to make like some snare traps and stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna just MacGyver the forest.
Do you have anything like bells or anything?
Well,
Let me just have a look.
'Cause I know some-
that I've got some.
Yeah, I know
like
some
that.
NPC packs start with stuff like that, like explorers. Packs and
Yes,
stuff.
yeah, I do. I've got bells.
So, should you wish, you could make some snare traps, or you can put a rope perimeter around and attach some bells to, sort of if something
Can I do
triggers
both?
it, you could do that. You could try if you've got
I've
enough
got
rope.
a hammer. Do you need a hammer?
Maybe. Will having a hammer help me at all?
Maybe for the snare traps, yeah.
I don't know why I have
Okay.
a hammer.
In that case, yeah, I'll borrow the hammer for a bit because I've got some string which I'll tie the bells to,
Yep.
and then I've got rope which I'll use to make snare traps.
Okay, that's cool. Make me 2 dexterity checks then. One for each type of trap.
You would ask, wouldn't you?
Yeah, of course I would. It's my job.
Yeah, but it's going so badly today.
Okay. There you go. So you
I'm
successfully.
going to use the 11 for the bells and the 19 for the snare traps. Thank you.
Thought you might. Cool. That's absolutely fine. Yeah. So you guys, while he's doing this, what are the rest of you doing?
I'll start a campfire.
Cool. Set up the fire.
Do I think that it'll be reasonably contained, or will
Yeah,
it just
yeah.
look really obvious that there's massive smoke coming out of the forest? How
Depends
dark is
which
it?
depends which wood you use.
Yeah, you can. You can.
I've had a thought.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not going to use my wood.
Just while this is happening, I only need 4 hours rest, whereas everybody else needs 8.
That's true.
So what I'll do is I'll rest while they're heading down for the evening, so that I can keep lookout while they're asleep.
Okay. So you don't need. So you'll be
If
taking all
everyone's
the.
cool with that.
What a gent!
So you guys are going to stay up for a couple of hours, have the thing while you have a rest, and then you take the rest of the night.
That's if everyone else is cool with that idea.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. Well,
Yes.
before we carry on any further, I'm going to need to pee. So let's go do that.
a while
So-
as well.
There is a very loud baby in the bathroom that probably sounds like she needs my attention, so that's probably good.
Excellent. Right, so we'll be back in.
I'm going to run round and get my beers.
Brilliant.
Okay, I'll get this ready for you.
Cool. Well, we'll be back in maybe 10 minutes or so, guys. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you in a bit.
Get a busy.
I've been out drinking myself half to death. My vision was blurred, my motor skills had left. And that's when I saw her, an angel bathed in divine light. I took her home, where she showed me one hell of a night. But now it seems that 3 days later, something just ain't right. Itching, flaking, burning, breaking, keeps me up all night. Oh, my heart, my junk is dirty, breathing shit like hell. I know, what is that god awful smell that's fire?
And with
Back in my day.
Man, like we've just spent the entire last 2 minutes.
And then you'd believe.
We've just spent the last 2 minutes just talking about how young we all look on that, and it's still crazy.
Including me.
Especially you, apparently.
I was so young that I actually regressed a few stages in evolution and became a monkey.
Absolutely. Finally made a monkey.
You
So-
finally made a monkey out of me.
So, gentlemen, Golandan has set a number of traps. He set some alarm bell traps and some snare traps.
You're all aware of these traps, by the way, so if any of you get caught in them, it's your job to get yourself out of them.
So tell me what you do. You guys have probably got a couple more hours before sun goes down. You can do a bit of foraging. You could do a bit of just chilling out. A bit of RP. It's really up to you guys. What do you want to do with your time?
I've come out of this cave. We've sat down, and I've pulled my black sword out because I'm really curious about it now.
Yeah.
So is there any like blood stains on it or anything like that? I can sit and clean off.
It's relatively pristine. Besides the matter that you've put on it in the last couple of days. I'm kind of feeling like I probably should let you guys roll some Arcana checks on it if you're magically inclined to see if you can pick out any of its bits. With a bit of time.
I think I'm just gonna while they're doing that, I'm just gonna kind of start cleaning the gunk off that's on it. And I'm just gonna I'm just gonna say to it, like, do you like look? You know, when you look at an inanimate object, and you're like, what's wrong with you? I'm just gonna look at the sword and go, do you do anything? Are you of any use?
It's very sharp.
It looks like a sword to me.
It does look like a sword.
You normally hit things with it.
You guys
like
haven't,
you would with a sword.
Unfortunately, you guys haven't been able to glean any information as a result of those rolls, I'm afraid. But they do seem quite keen. Like the sword, I mean, it seems quite keen. The runes seem to almost glow in the lowering light, though, making them perhaps more visible than they would have been in direct sunlight. It's at this point, Waka, you remember
They're written in giant as well, aren't they?
They are, yeah. That Waka, you remember you have a ring in your pocket.
Oh, I do. Would it being in my pocket, as soon as we took a short rest afterwards, would being in my pocket class as attuning to it?
If you wanted to, you could do, yeah. You could also show it to the group if you wanted.
Yeah, show your ring to the group.
Yeah, so I'll. So that's what I'm going to do. Then I'm just going to stand up and show them my ring.
You don't even have to drop try.
And then I'm going to take the jewellery out of my pocket.
What pocket? You're not wearing trousers.
Shirt pocket.
It was in my pack.
Out of this ring.
Yeah.
Yeah. In my wrist. That's my inner pocket. Yeah. So, guys, I just to. In case any of you know what it is, I found this ring in the cave. It's a bit warm.
I'll do an Arcana check.
Yep. Fast, as you look at it, you can tell immediately the script is in Infernal.
Ooh.
You understand what it says.
What does it say?
It says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That's a terrible combination. That's the kind of combination an idiot would have in his luggage.
Does anyone know what this
This is like tinkling my first
luggage.
numbers kind of.
Perhaps you can see that the first two numbers are lit up, however, are partially glowing in the
Does
in the
anyone know
dim
what
light.
what this says then?
Yes, it's written in Infernal.
Oh, lovely. And
It says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
1 and 2 are currently glowing, like very, very slightly
Wow.
in the light.
If you look here, you can see that 1 and 2 are glowing.
I can see them glowing. But does the ring look familiar to you at all?
Does the ring look familiar to me at all?
You can roll an Arcana. I'll get to you as well, Douche, in a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Bugbear. No?
Oh. 5. No, you have no idea what it is, Vast. However, Douche, with the explanation that Vast had given about the script, you suspect it might be like a charge. Upon a bit of further inspection, you recognise that it might be a ring of fire repelling.
It appears to run on some sort of fire-repelling magic.
Specifically, when it's exposed to fire damage, it lights up with charges. And you can use an action to expel those charges, as many of them as you want, for 1d6 fire damage per charge used.
Nice.
For the sake of brevity, I shall just explain that in a sense to Waka. So I don't
Yeah. I thought I saved it. I thought I saved it, but I didn't, apparently. Thought I had it on here. But I can't find it. I'm sure I made it up. Let me have a look.
That seems very useful.
It does.
I like how Val says, that seems very useful. Maybe something I should have.
Well, I'm.
But the person who never gets hit.
Yeah, here we go. Ring of
I
Fire.
mean, I didn't say that. He said that.
Oh no, I was speaking out of character because I'm asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
he
was
is
as well, but I kept the voice up for some reason.
So it is up to you guys who wishes to have the ring.
Yeah, I didn't attune to it for the sake of saying to it, so because otherwise, no one else would be able to use it, would they?
Not yet.
I don't want it.
I could probably stand to be a little bit more offensive than I am now, so I wouldn't mind.
Although one thing I will say is that I am strong against fire, so maybe that would be a good thing for me to have. But I don't get hit, so you're quite right.
Was you strong against fire, strong with fire?
Strong against fire. So if he gets hit by fire a few times, he's going to have.
Oh, right, so
more
it's
chance
not
of-
going to hurt you much, and then.
Fire together.
Yeah, I could just
strong.
go, I
use it,
could
yeah.
just stand in front of the fire a bit more than other people.
That's a good shout.
That is some good synergy.
Oh, do you two want to fight for it then?
No.
No.
Give it to the sorcerer.
Oh, spoil my fun. All right, here you go.
Okay,
No, keep it
Vast.
secret. Keep it safe.
I'm going to add that to your character.
Just means I'm going to run into fire whenever there's fire now.
Yep. There you go. You have a ring of fire.
Naruto running
repellent.
like. "Ree!"
However, it only
Thank you.
has 2 charges currently, to a maximum of 6. So if you refresh your page, you should find it there.
Tardok.
Magic items, yeah. Very cool. So, yeah. So you're,
It's all well and good that we can figure out what that is.
yeah, like this mystery sword. Who knows what this is?
Well, Gonad, do you have any idea what this sword is at all?
He's asleep.
I'm asleep.
Oh, are you still asleep? Okay.
Yeah. So while you're taking care of your equipment, Waka, and the arcane among you, are sort of investigating these various magical items. A bit of time passes. What do you guys do for food? You guys got any rations? I don't know what if you prepared or not. I'm not sure. Can't remember.
Let me have a check.
I know we definitely took food from
Yeah, you got pockets full of cheese.
Dingleberry. From Dingleberry. Did we? No, we did. We got sandwiches
Break out
made
the wine!
of Dingleberry, didn't we? Sorry, Roasted Trombone.
You did.
Didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have a number of slightly stale sandwiches among you.
Oh,
Like at the end of the day, in a supermarket, and you go shopping in the meal deal aisle.
Yeah. But they've all been like left open air instead, you know. So the bread is particularly crusty, but still quite nice.
Any cheese there?
the stale bread is particularly crusty.
Any cheese sandwiches?
No response.
Well, I
You've
don't
got
know.
you've
what's on
got
it.
one person who's currently
remember.
carrying a wheel of cheese and he's unconscious.
The guy that was desperate for food earlier.
Yeah, had cheese on him.
I've got rations. I've got rations. I'm just not using them yet.
I'm going to go fishing.
Okay. So you go
Yeah.
make a survival check and see if you can find anything in the stream.
Whilst you're doing that, I'll just see if there's any like small game around the area.
Okay.
Bloody hell!
Vast, yeah, you stumble across a number of
I stumble and come.
you stumble and come, but in the process you find a number of small river trout. They were really docile. They were seeming to like at the end of the day they get more sluggish, and you were able to just like pick them straight up without even disturbing them. Douche, you
Can I club them with my staff?
You can, yeah. You just thwack them like people used to do to trout next to the river I used to live at, and hit them across the back of the head with screwdrivers. Does that
Oh,
work?
I've got a hammer.
Perfect.
They weren't even fishing. They're just a bunch of cunts.
Yeah, they just went to the pet shop, bought a lot of goldfish, hit them across the head, and threw them in.
Scotland.
Fucking
yeah.
hell!
It's the Arbroath way. No, they found river trout too, but they would whack them. You know, because if you ever want fucking bus station trout, you go to Arbroath. Yeah.
I can find that in Manchester after a night out.
You want to use trout head, mate?
So yeah, with a 21, Douche, I believe you would absolutely be able to find some sort of small game. In fact, you do happen to find quietly sneak up upon a deer,
Is that a deer?
a doe, in fact.
Yeah.
A female?
Okay. I'm going to throw with my dagger at it.
Okay. Yeah, roll with advantage.
Okay.
To find out how much HP a deer has. Don't think it's much.
Doing that once.
22.
Dose.
Okay, roll some damage. Yeah, it doesn't even make contact with the skin as far as you can tell. It just sort of just slices across the throat and then embeds itself into a tree on the other side. The deer just slumps, lifeless.
Douche just kind of looks around to see if anyone just saw that, realizes no, and just slumps a bit and just goes to.
So it brings it back to camp. Just sort of dragging this young doe.
Yeah. Ooh. Right. What would it be to skin?
That'd be survival again if you wanted to do that. You could either do survival or just a straight dexterity.
Through straight dex. Oh, okay. Okay. That's what. Oh, they're both the same anyway. So.
Yeah, you kind of bollocks it up, to be honest. How clean the kill was seems to have been completely lost on the process.
It's not as easy as it looks, is it?
No, it is not.
Would you like some help with that?
Yes, I would.
Making
I
a
tried
pig.
to skin that guy in the cave. Didn't work.
Waka, you've had a bit more experience, like fucking Tywin Lannister skinning that the stag, and you just like it's just
scene.
effortless. It is brilliant as well. Like it's so good. I think Charles Dance like literally learned how to do it properly and just fucking
Yeah,
smashed
he did it on the day. Yeah,
It was so good. But yeah, very much that kind of like stoic. Yeah, I've done this before. I've spent time catching my own sort of food, and very methodically you manage to salvage a couple of haunches worth of decent meat from the bollocksing up that Duché was doing.
Is the skin sort of in any kind of decent condition? Like after?
Not anymore, no.
Not anymore.
You know,
Alright.
like when you play Red Dead and proper butcher a kill and it just says like ruined cougar.
Yeah.
You gotta pick it up.
Is that related to the trout?
I could say something then, but I'm not gonna.
Yeah, that's related to the bus station trout, I'm sure, right?
Yeah.
Wait, Ross, were you going to talk to me about my ex? Because let's not go there.
No, I wasn't actually.
That's a what? We don't do that. Cool. Yeah. So you guys have got some hunches. You'll be able to stick and poke and put over the fire if you wished.
Yeah. So that's how you do it. There you go.
I'm going to descale my fish.
Dinner for 3.
Roll a survival check for your fish
Or
or straight decks.
I love that. Or a Dex.
Yeah, it's not difficult to gut and dress trout. It's quite simple, really. And you do it like you've done it before. You've travelled on your own quite a bit, been a bit of a wanderer. This isn't unusual for you. Excellent.
Let's find a twig and stick it through it and then hold it over the fire.
Yep, very bokoblin of you. But yeah, it works a treat. You guys have a number of meats and cheeses. A couple of hours pass. Let's say by the time it hits 10, 11, Gonad, you begin to stir, and are awakened to the smell of pungent meats outside of your slight erection of a tent.
I'm just gonna walk over. And I'm just gonna walk over. You know what we all do when we wake up in the morning. I'm gonna tuck it into my waistband, walk over, and go. My lord, this smells delicious. Is there any left for me?
I have a stick with a full trout on it for him.
Excellent.
Yes.
Gonad,
Party
roll me a d4, please.
No,
Please.
Oh.
only because you asked.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so the fish is lovely.
Cool.
So I'm going to chow down on one of these chunks of venison, I think.
Yep, takes a bit longer to kind of cook thoroughly, but you managed to make it happen.
Cool. Yum yum. That was nice.
Is there any sort
yum,
of leftover sort of piece into like jerky rations?
Yeah,
Do
absolutely.
rations that you have any salt?
It's more like they're like biscuits, more than anything.
Fair enough. Forget it then.
Like hardtack, I believe is the
Yeah.
is the sailors
No,
the
like
sailors
the-
version.
You know, like the stuff that you get when you're in the army, and it's literally just like a protein bar and some cardboard flavored Rivita.
Yeah, or if you're in Japan, it's just like series of different flavors of calorie mate. Those are great, by the way. The maple one is fucking awesome. If you guys ever get the chance, really good.
Very Metal Gear.
Yeah, Metal Gear. Excellent. So,
Pungent meat is the best meat. Says, Zero.
yeah, I think my family would disagree massively with that.
I mean, that's just.
What do
for
you know?
fun,
You
man.
used to hit goldfish with screwdrivers.
I am the pungent meat. So yeah, after chowing down on
I
a
want to
bit,
say,
after chowing down, and it gets towards pushing midnight, you guys have had your meats. There is a bit left over of the cooked venison that you can potentially dry out or leave out, or just stash away, wrap it in some of the fabrics perhaps if you wished. But yeah, you would be able to use some of it to go forward.
Cool.
I would
Just
say
add that
probably
in as a-
yeah, I'd say probably like
strip.
another day's worth of rations for all of you, should you wish to use it.
okay, cool. I'm gonna go to sleep. You get my bedroll out. And
Okay. So it's quite easy to erect the tents essentially, should you wish to use them.
Oh, I don't have a bedroll. Where's that gone?
That's odd. I think every adventure starts with one normally.
Have I just deleted it on my items?
I've got one.
Perhaps.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Just before I get my bedroll out, I'm going to show my sword to go down before I go sleeping. So, have you any idea what this is? Do you know what it does?
With my knowledge of the history of the land and various other aspects, would I have any idea as to what I'm looking at?
Are you proficient in history?
Give me 1 second. I'll be able to answer that.
You might have half proficiency as a rogue, so yeah.
Yeah, I've got proficiency in history.
Seeing as you're not proficient with Arcana, do history.
That's an 18.
Yeah. Okay. So you've been racking your brain over a couple of days thinking about the various myths surrounding the company of the Purple Worm and their paladins and how and how all that kind of and how it all kind of came together. And there is a slight sort of a bit about the idea of Sir Vakov that you remember. Was it Sir Vakov or was it Sir Baghead? I can't remember which one it was. I think it was Vakov.
We've not met Baghead yet, but
That's
now I'm
fine.
excited.
Yeah, he's part of the same order, but yeah, I can remember which one of them I gave the name to.
He was from it wasn't one of he was from someone else, wasn't he?
Well, Baghead, perhaps. Yeah.
He was from Dungeon World, one of our old.
Yeah,
games,
he's one of my characters. Yeah, but I'm obviously using this to populate my world. So I think,
I see.
Yeah, it's easy to remember names if you've already made them up.
Recycling.
Yeah, usually, yeah. And you remember there was a story about an elf and a giant, and they were sort of brokering peace between the two, but essentially had sort of joined forces to go up against an evil mage of sorts, who basically did a Voyager Tuvix on them. And created what became Sir Vakov, who used to ride around on owlbears because he was too large for any of the other mounts. So he would force them into submission, and he would wield his sword Rhyme and Reason with a single hand. You suspect that might be the same. You suspect that might be the same sword.
And do I know what Rhyme and Reason does?
I'm going to say yeah, because I want you to have it. So I'm going to find him and let it happen. So you've been very much attuned to this sword for a while.
Yeah, good.
But yeah, your history sort of lessons within the guild have served you well in this instance.
Yep.
Let me put that in your inventory. Bang. So if you refresh...
Every time he opens that page, he just
yeah, just like headlights.
To be fair, it's like if I was to do this.
So for everyone else's benefit, it is a +1 greatsword.
Nice.
That if you roll a critical hit, you deal an additional 2 cold damage.
Mint. Fresh.
Okay,
fresh.
so I tell him all of that
Yep.
because I'm not repeating all that shit.
So,
that is a
Rhyme and
+1
reason.
greatsword,
Blah, blah,
but
blah,
there's
blah,
+2
+1
damage.
greatsword. Blah, 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 blah. Cold damage. It's one
Cold
frosty
damage.
bugger.
So yeah, you have
It's a frosty bastard.
you have the magic weapon Rhyme and Reason is now in your inventory.
It only took us 3 fucking episodes, but we know what the cunt is now.
All right.
It is definitely a bastard sword.
And that's what you get for not learning Identify, guys.
It happens. It is.
Oh,
Yeah.
Conrad, thank you very much. I'll be sure to. Thank you.
Build it with pride,
I
my
told
dear
you
boy.
you
That
should
was once a
definitely take
greater
it.
sword for a greater man than you.
I'll be sure to do whack off a great honour.
Back off.
That's what I said.
You don't.
There's no
Nobody.
need for that.
So, with your immediate mysteries subsided, you go to rest, and the sun is well down at this point. It begins to cool down quite massively and becomes very still. Only the heavy breathing of Waka cuddling his newfound sword seems to be the only thing that sort of breaks through the lack of din, as it were. Is there anything you're doing, Gonad?
I don't want to go like walking around the perimeter because I don't want to make too much noise just in case. So I'm going to sit in a sort of semi-meditative state and just try and keep as aware of my surroundings as possible.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to say, roll me 4 perception checks. One perception check is like for each watch essentially, which is 2 hours.
What is it like? Gonad rolls for perception checks.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are all asleep.
And that's persuasion. I don't know who you're talking to, but psyching yourself up.
Well, in that case, just take 1
I'm
off. So
persuade in the darkness.
Excellent.
that's to 10.
Cool.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
So yeah, so
Cheetos.
so when it comes to
20.
beautiful. So when it comes to rests and watches, over the course of what would be an 8-hour rest, you could take 1 watch if you wanted to, and still get the benefit of a long rest. Because Gonad is a full elf, he only needs 4 hours, so he can do 2 watches worth of resting to restore everything back up to full. Which, by the way, Gonad, you can absolutely click long rest if you haven't already.
Getting gone.
And yeah, but because he's doing it this way, it's 4 separate watches for you guys.
Could have done with these fucking nat 20s earlier, but whatever.
So your first one, it kind of you're kind of used to the quiet and the darkness and solitude. You just sort of keep the fire going, but keeping it low.
Batman.
He's the knight. And yeah, and you kind of just keep the fire going, keep an ear out. Every now and then you do hear the occasional sort of snapping of twigs, and you stop and watch. Nothing. A few hours pass. Second watch. In the distance you hear the howling of distant wolves. Nothing else. You keep stoking the fire, keeping it going. You have a chew on some of your cheese to keep yourself occupied. Sort of play with your blades a little bit.
Right, who was that? Who
was that?
I thought you were asleep.
That was
Sleepy man.
that was Waka's blade grunting. However, on your third watch, the approach of snapping begins to be a bit louder, and between, so peering through the leaves and the bushes, you pick out a number of sort of reflecting yellowish eyes peering at you.
I'm going to ready our daggers, but not do anything yet until it starts getting closer.
Okay. Okay.
How many of these things are there?
From behind you, you hear the tinkling of one of your bells.
Okay, so I'm not gonna
definitely
get up. I'm not gonna get up and spin around, because I don't want to.
Yeah,
Too alerting.
You can still see this other set of eyes, but behind you there's a tinkling.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sort of peer behind me and notice Nicolas Cage. Apparently,
Nicolas Cage.
just peer behind me, but not obviously.
Okay. And as you do, you see a prowling wolf sneaking up. I need everyone
Okay.
to roll for initiative.
Is it a disadvantage if we're asleep?
Yeah.
No, you guys still are on the same one. You
Oh,
just
okay.
you just can't react until you're awakened, basically. So be
Right,
sure to select your...
I can't find my token.
Are you guys
Oh, yeah.
on the page? You are, aren't you? It's because you can't see anything. That's why. That's why. Let me just show you a few things.
Look around
A
you.
few things.
Look
Just-
around you.
Look around you.
Oh, sulfur.
That's right.
Look around his
Sulfur.
asshole, bitch.
Let's see. I'm getting better. There we go. Boom.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
That's very
Oh
nice.
wow!
That's lovely, well drawn.
Yeah, wasn't me. This is a map from Nerdarchy doing their Out of the Box series. It's really good. Really
I
good.
mean, I could have told you it wasn't you.
There we go. There we go. So you guys are on the right map. So let me just adjust some things.
I can move me.
If you guys can make sure.
Yeah, you got that. That's the first time we've actually been able to move ourselves. First time. Well done, man.
Oh, yeah.
He's learning.
So that's a wolf behind you there. If you hadn't seen a wolf before.
Yep.
The eyes. I'm just going to ping. You saw
Hi, doggy.
you saw the eyes up here. Can you see that ping? No. What about this one?
No.
Oh fuck. What about here? There you go. Can you see that?
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you saw a big set of eyes over that way.
Okay.
Now, because it hasn't had a chance to surprise you, you guys are going to act on the same round. So, those of you, has everyone done initiative? Yeah, I need to get
Yeah.
Waka and Douche onto the board, though. Add a turn, and add a turn. Right, Touche, what did you get?
7.
7
Yowza.
queens.
Yeah.
Waka?
It's okay. A low initiative roll just means I've got time to prepare, right?
15. 15 is fine. Right. Boop.
Right.
Okay.
Just before we get into this,
Yep.
just one thing I want to check. You said they haven't had a chance to surprise me, so we go on the same round.
Yeah. Yeah, but if you
Okay,
you are not surprised, they're not surprised.
Yeah, that's fine. You said it's an action to start a conversation, but it's a free action to speak.
Yes, it is.
Can I rouse the gentleman by shouting, "Wolves"?
You can. I don't know how to show turn orders, so I'm just gonna have to just do them separately. Because I've already done turn orders for these. So sorry, bear with me while I fix how bad I am at this.
There's a bear with you.
There we go.
There are bears now.
Only wolves.
So
There's a wolf with you.
there's a wolf. Yeah. So
Hear that? Bears. Now the whole station's in jeopardy.
so roll. If you're going to shout at the gentleman to try and wake up, I need you to roll a persuasion check and everyone else to roll a perception check with disadvantage.
Just before we do that, Classic Chunk, thank you very much for the raid.
What's up,
considering
lad?
You brought 6 people with you. That's awesome.
Welcome to the fight of the evening.
Oh, dang.
Welcome.
So,
Howdy.
what did you roll for your persuasion?
Nothing
on?
yet. I was just looking at the. I was
Persuasion with
reading chat.
disadvantage. No, perception with disadvantage, isn't it? I would say.
Indeed. Oh, you're so
That's a
cute.
13 persuasion.
Okay, cool. So, I think Vass and Douche heard it. Waka, you're sound asleep.
It's good, 'cause he's
As fucking always, Wacker's just asleep in the corner cuddling his fucking sword.
Right, let me find something that sounds like it could be useful here. I don't know. God, I need to really deal with this.
Welcome to Footprints in the Custard play D&D, where it's just Ian picking soundscapes for 4 hours.
And then away in the middle.
Right, these are giant rats instead. They're really, really angry. I don't like them.
Okay.
Let's turn that
As
down.
long as we don't get techno again.
Yeah, I can't promise that.
that was weird.
Okay.
Wolf attack!
my favourite was the weird goblin dances.
Yeah.
Such frolicking
Is
goblins.
that the Underpants Gnome song?
Better go to work all night, search for underpants, wee. So, Waka, you're sound asleep. In fact, Gonad and the wolves need to both have a round before everyone else rouses.
Yes.
So, Gonad, go first.
It's whoever's Dex is. Yeah, I was going to say it's Dex, isn't it? So, okay, I am going to go ahead and throw a dagger right between the eyes of this fat boy.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Do it.
Throw a dagger.
That's
Um,
a bit of a chunky wolf.
Doing the
that.
dagger.
I am going to roll with advantage because I can.
Because it hasn't taken its turn yet. That's correct.
Because they haven't taken their turn yet.
13 13's enough. Roll some damage.
Okay.
It's an no, it's not an auto
Uh,
crit because it's not surprised. Is that right?
Not
No,
surprised.
we.
And it's not sneak attack either.
Okay.
It's
so-
not sneak attack either because it knows what's cracking. So that is 4.
Okay, your dagger flies through the air, landing in the haunch. It's a good word. I think it's my word of the day. Of this wolf.
I like the word haunch.
It is a good word, isn't it? And it sort of hobbles it partially, but almost in response, it howls and across the way. In fact, is there anything else you want to do on your turn? Sorry.
Yeah, I can't. I've not been able to see the one that's up here, have I? I just know that it exists.
You know that there's something up there, and it ain't no man.
Okay, in that case, I'm just going to throw another dagger at this one.
Yep.
And because it still hasn't taken a turn, I get to do it again.
Excellent, excellent.
That's better.
16 is a definite hit. Roll some damage.
2.
That is 6. 6 damage.
Good effort.
So that's 10 total on the turn.
Yeah, it's not enough to fell it, but you do see its blood just pissing everywhere. It's almost like it partially exploded, but not quite enough to kill it.
Okay, in that case, just before I end my turn, I'm going to go over to Backer.
Okay.
And yell again because it's a free action.
Sure, okay.
That's okay.
Yeah, I'm not really going to change the roll for it, though. He's still quite asleep, but I think he'll begin to rouse. I would say as a
Yeah,
bonus
that's
action,
fine.
you could potentially kick him to ensure it next time.
I'm not going to waste an action doing that shit.
Bonus action. But it's fine. Okay, cool. So, across the way, you finally see and feel the sheer scope of the situation as the biggest damn wolf you've ever seen. Comes
I was going to say either you've just really fucked up the size of that token, or it's a dire wolf of some sort.
It is exactly a dire wolf, and it manages to close the gap and just jumps straight on you from afar.
Of course it does. Why
Of
wouldn't
course it does. I need to get rid of that. So it goes to make an attack. That is a 20 to hit.
Of course
Can
it is.
I?
It doesn't,
I rolled
it
a
doesn't hit.
15.
I've got an AC of 21.
I rolled a 15. What am I gonna do?
Fuck, man. I mean, yeah, it hits.
Okay,
Twat.
I need you to make a strength save, please.
Oh, I'm going to get fucking grappled. Strength save.
Please.
Doesn't matter, it's still a +0.
Yeah. So unsuspecting, you weren't entirely expecting this massive size of a wolf to come out of the den, but it did, and it just pounced on you, taking a big old chomp out of you, dealing 7 piercing damage as it knocks you prone.
Shit.
Oh, you nonce!
You're prone.
Wall Clarice.
However, oh wait a sec, because I've not shown you where I've put these, and I totally forgot about them. Because I put them on the wrong layer. I put these on earlier as your traps.
So it ran straight through one of my traps.
It ran straight through one of your traps.
That's what you're trying to tell me. Alright, so...
So I need to. So your what was your snare traps DC? Your
I don't fucking know.
It was 11 and 16, I think, right?
Yeah,
So
so it's
11 for the
16
bell.
for the snare traps.
16 was the snare.
16 was the snare trap.
Okay, he fails. So let's dial that back just a
Fuck
little
your
bit.
damage. I'm giving that back to myself, you hoe.
Yeah, let me figure out.
Pure cannon.
I need to figure out what this does. Okay,
Well, I assume it'll be classed as restrained.
I'm checking it out now.
Stuck in a snare trap.
Do-do-do.
Running through the
Yep,
snare
yep.
trap.
When
You
it's-
have just caught a dire wolf.
When the trap triggers when a small creature or larger
Dial the
moves into
wolf.
an area protected by the spell. So it's
It's
for
Wall
opponent. Okay, yeah, no, it's
Sorry, we
it's
got distracted.
it goes prone. Restrained. Is it restrained? Be hoist. Yeah, it doesn't hoist in the air. But yeah, it's restrained. And then it needs to make a dexterity saving throw with disadvantage to beat it. Okay, so yeah, take all that back. You've just seen this giant fucking wolf come out, and he
I am
is
so glad I made those snare traps.
he's fucking stuck in the air.
Yes, boy.
Let's put something here. That's what snaring means. That's fine. Okay, so
Well, cannibal, dial a wolf.
I'm totally going to roll a character that is Shia LaBeouf, but called Dial of a Wolf. I'm definitely going to do that.
Is he going to be an actual cannibal?
Yeah.
so
Unfortunately,
unfortunately,
falls and begins to sprint.
at the sight of the big one being taken up, the rest of them spring into action on their turn.
Ah!
So,
no.
let's see.
But wait, there's more.
There is.
Would you like to know more? No!
Okay, so one.
Bloody wouldn't.
So
Would
this
you like
far,
me to say that again?
this far one can get to you but cannot do anything. This one runs at you, but runs through your trap as it does so.
Awesome.
Fails, is caught and prone. So it's very, very,
Damn right.
very injured and prone. The northern, everyone's just gonna come running at you. This one narrowly avoids. This one manages to get in. That's fine. So that's 2 attacks.
Oh shit.
And this one comes into your tent, Waka.
But then, is it in my,
Oh.
Sorry?
is it in? If it comes into my tent, is it in my tent?
It's in your tent. It's biting your legs. So
He hasn't rolled that yet. Shut up.
It enters your tent. It
one.
doesn't come into your tent.
Well, I was
So-
going to say, it might make it difficult to get up.
21 to hit, Gonad.
Cool.
No, it misses.
Brilliant. Take. 7 piercing again. Roll a strength save.
For fucking crikey cockball's sake.
You are knocked prone.
Yeah, of course I am, you dinlo!
There you go. You get that symbol. Oh no. Gonna zoom you in closer for the check so you guys can see. There you go. That's where all the action's happening. The second one, because you're prone, rolls with advantage.
Yeah, because they're within 5 feet of me, and they got pack tactics.
They
'cause
do
they're a
also
bunch of
have-
beanheads.
They also do have pack tactics. Rolled a 19 to hit.
It misses.
Take another 7 piercing damage. As the second one bites in. Waka, you're prone and surprised. So
No,
this one's gonna come and bite at you.
No, I'm not. Fuck your cannon.
I was expecting to stick into my tent anyway, so
I was sleeping, stood up.
So, do you want the good news or the bad news?
just do it all at once. Why not?
Right. So the good news, I rolled a 1 on one of them. Guess what I rolled the second one?
20.
That's funny.
Not 20!
I rolled a 2. So it tries to bite your stationary form and fails. Somehow. You just kind of...
Wait, this guy's dead still and doesn't even know I'm here.
No. And you're just kind of just like kicking away like you're having like a wet dream. Like, no, I don't want to wake up.
No, Daddy, not tonight.
And you manage to avoid it. Duché, you are prone, but you are awake, and you've just heard Gonad screaming that he's just been chomped on. You guys have not had the benefit of a long rest.
We haven't.
No, you have not.
Right.
And you can see that I'm still asleep in the tent, so I've not been the one chomping on him.
Much to your personal surprise.
Okay. So, not a
Fuck you,
whole
Ian.
great,
I know,
You
I know.
stupid Scottish asshole.
a great deal I can do here. So it's a half action to half movement to get up, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
All right, half movement.
Get up.
Okay, I'm just going to move out the tent to about here by this log.
Okay, and you can see the pure scope of everything that's going on. There's a giant wolf that's sort of being tangled up and snared and sort of like forcing and wrenching against the various contraptions. There's another one that is just practically dead, just bleeding out in another one, while going out on the floor, just like fucking batting away at these rabid wolves that have made way into camp.
Okay, given the situation then, I'm just going to shout to this one.
Yep.
And just go, hey, your mama's a bitch! For Vicious Mockery for 1 psychic damage.
Vicious Mockery for...
One, isn't it?
How does Vicious Mockery work?
It's a wisdom DC 14.
Okay.
No, it isn't. No, that's Vicious Mockery is just a cantrip. Oh no, attack save with Wisdom 14. No, you are right. You are right.
I was just reading off the screen.
I didn't even see it because I was looking at the wrong thing.
I didn't even look at it either.
But you feel that your words do seem to have an impact and hurts its feelings. But I can't fucking click on it. There you go. Your words sail through the air and hurt its feelings. It is... it's hurt. It has disadvantage on its next attack roll. That's cool.
That wolf is Moon.
Moo.
Excellent.
Ian, why is Duché had to move before me?
I have no idea. Oh wait, yes, no, I do know. Because I got it wrong. That's why.
At least he's on it.
Oh yeah, well, he owned that. That's
You know what else you got wrong? The fact that I've just taken 14 damage because of your bullshit wolves.
I mean, if you guys want, I'll skip his next turn, and then you guys can all rain pain after that.
Yeah, whatever.
I imagine it's going to be a quick round because one of them
I was just
asleep,
confused
the other one's
as
just
well.
going to set everything on fire.
That's you've made
I'm just going to cry on the floor.
you made a very very astute point, and I apologize for my inability to DM properly. Unless Duché, there was anything else you wanted to do on your turn?
No, absolutely nothing.
Then Waka, roll a perception check. I'm just going to make it just a straight perception check because there is literally a wolf.
Still
You got
sleeping.
that play, didn't you?
Yeah, he's still asleep.
I'm just sleeping through a wolf attack.
There's a wolf in your tent. Like, if it bit you, you'd be awake, but it missed horribly.
Surely the commotion outside would be enough.
You'd think so, wouldn't you?
Obviously not.
Like, you're asleep, so I gave you a disadvantage, but there's a wolf in your tent, so I gave that advantage. So I was like, just make it a straight roll, and you rolled shit, so you're still asleep. Like, at this point, the wolf's probably closer to, like, licking at your balls, you know? Vast, I believe you're up.
Alright, well, I'll stand up, groggily, and move out to observe what's going on.
You have a keen view of what the fuck has transpired.
Oh, shit. Well, I don't really have any spell slots left. Well, I've got one spell slot left.
If you've got any if you've got any sorcerer points, I would have said you could have used them earlier if you wished.
I don't.
Well, fair enough.
But thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Let's magic missile level 2. I'm going to put 1 in this guy because he's nearly dead anyway. Fuck him.
Yep.
What's going on with this one?
That one is prone. Because is it prone? Why is that one? No, that one's got disadvantage on its next attack. That's what that is.
Yeah.
Should probably use a
Okay,
different thing than prone. Let me change.
I won't know that. Will I? I won't know that. Will
No, not really. There you go. I'll put that
I
on
won't
it.
meta game.
The one that's bleeding profusely, you would absolutely be able to tell it's still alive and bleeding profusely, though. That seems fair.
And out of these 3, do any of them look injured?
No.
Okay, so 1 into this one, and then 3 into this one.
Okay, so you're doing level 2 magic missile, yeah?
Yeah. Because of that,
Banging.
I'm
So-
only level 1 slots left.
So first one
Oh
is going.
wait, Ian, 1 sec. No, I'm right. I thought I got confused in my head. Yeah, I'm right.
Okay. Okay. Just, I was really dramatic.
I thought I got confused. I was like, oh shit, no, is it level 1 that I've got left?
So the 5 goes into the first
oh
wolf.
my, yeah. Look at that.
This one just lies limp. 14 in the other one, yeah. Pfft, it is blown out of the air. It's like, get away from him, you bitch! Again. And yeah, it just sails through the air. Phew, pew pew pew. Yeah, it just explodes. Is there any-
pew pew it.
Is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
I don't think I can actually. No.
Okay. Gonad, you are prone, being hassled by a bunch of wolves trying to ruin your mellow. What are you doing?
No, I'm not, because I'm going to stand up.
Okay, you're stood up for
That's-
15 feet of movement.
So that's 15 feet. A bonus action, disengage.
Okay.
And use the rest of my 15 feet to go here.
Okay. I like it. I like it.
Because I know that this one's prone and restrained, and that if this hits, it's going to be a fucking good hit.
Yep.
So I'm just going to take out my. Which one does more damage? Give me 1 second.
I'm going to take out my turkey drumsticks. You don't have any daggers, remember? Unless you have more than 2.
I do.
can't remember.
I've got 1 left. I'm going to take out my. And slap it in the face. No, I'm going to take out my.
Weapon.
Is that unarmed strike with disadvantage
Yeah,
for that, please?
I'm going to take out my short sword.
Okay.
Cock. And try and plunge it through the stupid beast's neck.
Okay, roll with advantage. It is prone and restrained. Ooh. 14 is enough. Roll some damage.
Oh, you cockhole. That's a 4.
That's
Are there any
no.
bonuses because it's
Well-
restrained and prone?
Because you get because you rolled advantage, you automatically get your sneak attack damage as a thing. So because it's prone and you rolled with advantage,
Yes.
you
Yes,
get
I
your
did.
9. So
Yes.
that is a 13.
13.
And you score a heavy hit through its thick hide, but your short sword doesn't seem to plunge nearly as deeply as you thought it would. You suspect its hide may be tougher and
I
harder.
hate it when that happens.
Yeah. Is there anything else you want to do? Because I believe that's your movement, your action, and your bonus action.
Wake up, half-orc!
Okay. So it's Big Mama again. I'm really into fucking insectoid and animalistic matriarchs. So, I believe snare
It's
here
your mum's fault.
is at the end of each of its turns.
disadvantage.
At disadvantage at the end of each of its turns. So it can't even do anything right now. Should I have done one at the end of the last turn? I should have, shouldn't I?
I thought it starts the turn after it's ensnared.
Let's have a look. Nope, I should have done one. I'm not going to, but I should have.
Thank you.
I rolled a 17.
Natural 20s.
I rolled a 17 and a 16. Which would be dexterity, so they're all 2 more. So it's 19 and 18. She is
Balls.
ripped her way out of her restraints. However, because it's at the end of her turn,
I'm gonna die.
she can't do anything. But she rears up and she's massive. Massive! What a huge bitch! Right, I'm going to start with you, Waka, because you're in a tent with a wolf.
Yeah, of course I am.
Okay, do you want the
Shagging
good?
with wool.
Do you want the good news or the bad news?
Just
Fuck's sake!
All right. Well, the good news is I rolled a 1 on one of those. The bad news is I rolled a 13 on the other.
Right. Right.
So it's
And it's a
a
+5.
it's a 9 plus 4 for these, so it's a total of 13. So it missed again,
Oh, right.
I believe.
So
That's missed again.
the wolf that's in the tent with me, that's
It's-
literally staring right down Main Street,
You tell me, man.
has missed twice.
Yeah, advantage.
With
It's,
no
3 times.
it's just lapping at you, just looking at you.
I like to think that he's,
At this point,
he's
I
wrestled
want
it
it.
in his sleep and he's
Yeah.
ready there.
He thinks it's his sword.
However,
Oh,
this one is going to move and join Big Mum over there to bite you again, Gonad. This one's going to come in
Shocker.
and go at that one. So, Waka, the second one's coming for you. This time at the head end. Okay, do you want the good news or the bad news?
just yeah, whatever.
Good news, I rolled a 16 on the lower one. On the higher one, I rolled a 23.
Of course you fucking did.
So-
Right then.
If you're asleep, is that an automatic crit?
Well, it's technically classed as unconscious, isn't it?
Yeah. Any attack that hits creature is a critical hit. Yeah.
Right.
Do you want the good news or the bad news?
All right. Good news.
I don't know. I suspect it's going to be bad news.
It chomps in at your shoulder, dealing 10 piercing damage. I need you to roll a strength saving throw.
Is he fucking awake yet? Or is he going to go prone from being asleep?
You wake up, but you are pinned to the ground as this wolf is just like on top of you and ripping bits out of your shoulder. The other one is like lapping at your knees. Doesn't seem to really. It's almost like it doesn't have any teeth at this point. Go now.
It's giving me a gummer, is it?
Sorry.
It's giving me a gummer.
Yeah. See, it's what happens when you ritualistically rub peanut butter all over yourself before you go to bed.
Well, I never thinking I did that. You can't just make those assumptions.
He was expecting Fast to turn up.
Look, I never specifically said that. You can't make those assumptions.
So Gunad,
What?
for pack tactics, it rolled an advantage on you as well.
Yeah.
The highest of the two was a 16 to hit.
Oh, would you look at that?
My exact armor class.
That's 5
What
piercing
do you
damage.
know?
That's
Yeah.
5 piercing damage to you, buddy.
Yep, there it is.
This episode, the guys take a rest and get killed.
Douche, what would you like to do?
Right.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm not far off.
Right. So let me just check distances. Bada-boom.
It looked like you were actually checking, and like you just like. Let's have a look.
Right. So bonus action. I'm gonna do a healing word to Gonad.
Okay.
Oh,
7, that's another good one.
7. And then I'm going to bitch over the 25-foot distance and attack him with my rapier.
Excellent, excellent.
No.
Less excellent, less excellent. You kind of come in and stab, but it just tears through part of the fabric instead. The roof. Waka, you've kind of woken up, seen this wolf, and just saw like a blade just shing through the top, and then just being pulled back out again.
Oh, fuck!
I have made a terrible error.
That's my tent, you bastard!
Waka.
oh, he's awake now.
With your
I
proclamation,
awake now?
yeah, you've been bitten. You've seen a sword poke through your tent. You're angry. You're awake, and there's a dog licking at your balls.
Well, whoopee fucking do.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, it is now.
Related to Scooby.
Wolfie fucking do.
Alright, so the one that's licking my balls is now my friend, so I'm going to go for the other one.
Okay, are you going to stand up? Yeah.
Which is 15 movement. I'm not like I'm going to move anywhere, is it? And I'm just going to... I'm carrying rhyme and reason as well for this so
Excellent.
I'm going to take a battering at this bastard. It's the right of me.
Have you attuned to the blade on your character sheet? So if you go to equipment,
to do that.
if you go to equipment and then where it says attunement at the top, there's like a second bit there. You can click rhyme and reason on that, and that'll just make sure all the bonuses are applied properly.
It is now, yes. Okay. Yes, I'm now attuned to it. So yeah, I'm going to take a swipe at him.
Excellent. Long-legged MacDaddy. Ugh, that's a hit. That's a hit.
That's the badger.
This wolf.
That's the badger.
So that's 16. Fucking hell, man. Yeah.
Dead or dead.
You just lop its head straight off, and it collapses, pulling into the dirt where you were previously laying. It is. You now know the meaning of this sword. Fucking hell.
That was a
Any bonus actions or anything you want to do? I don't know if you can. I don't know if there are.
Or I can use one of my superior, because I did a short rest earlier. I gained all of my superiority die back.
You did.
So I'm going to use one and do throw a hand axe at the one that was licking my balls. No, I'm not. Can I see the one outside? Can I see the one that's here?
Yeah, you
You're
can.
really protective of this.
Yeah.
One now.
Yeah. I'm quite friends with it.
You would be rolling at disadvantage because you're doing a ranged attack while you're in a threatened space, but you can do it.
If I was to use it against this one, would I get the same disadvantage?
You can. Well, I mean, yeah, you would because you're throwing a weapon. If it was just a straight attack, you wouldn't. But
Can't do that.
the specifics of the maneuver is thrown weapon, right? So
Yeah, it is, unfortunately.
you can do it, but there is a risk.
Well, let's see.
big fuck off hits like that, it's worth a try.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking I might just go for it. Okay, the guy that's it's not going to make any difference which one I go for, so I'm going to go to this one
Okay.
here. So
Excellent.
I need to roll
Roll at disadvantage.
this.
Thing is, if it hits, you get your superiority die as well, right? So
Yeah,
11.
to add to the damage. Yeah.
So unfortunately, doesn't
Oh,
quite
shit.
make its AC. Your arrow narrowly misses Gonad as it flies across, landing over here somewhere.
Okay. Well,
But good effort.
Right.
Good effort. Anything else?
no, there's not really much else I can do. Oh no, wait, no, I've got
Oh.
15 movement, haven't I?
You do. However, if you move out of the threatened square, it can take a lunge at you. So you can circle around this other one if you wanted to. The one that's
It's
in
my
your balls.
friend. It just whacks my balls. It's fine.
Okay.
No, yeah, there's not really any point. I'll just stay where I am. I'll do for now.
Okie dokie. Vestificus, what would you like to do?
I'm going to pull out the big guns and cast Ray of Frost.
Oh, this again?
Man, why didn't you bring up the
Let's
game
chat.
earlier?
Just fucking
This thing
throwing,
just worked.
Nice and fan of D&D.
just throwing, fucking ice poles at it. Tootsie pops. And it connects
Oh,
with
fuck, it hit.
with a
Hit,
flav-
hit.
with a flavorful impact.
Didn't it?
1 damage.
Roll some damage.
Oh, last time I hit with it, it did 1 damage, yeah, so we'll see. Come on.
Oh,
it's not working when It's not working when I click on it. broke. What's my damage? Let me just roll it.
it's not responding on my end either.
One
Oh, it's doing
1d8.
Come on, roll 20.
1d8.
Stop
I
it.
have to go
1d8 in it.
doing that.
You tell me, man. You're the Ray of Frost guy. Is there any bonuses?
There you go, I've done it for you. I pressed roll damages and it came up with the damage.
No, I rolled the damage.
Oh, well, now I'm confused.
So it's
Yeah, it's 1d8, and that's it.
Cool.
Its
so
speed is reduced by 10 foot.
lovely. Yeah. So five cold damage. You see it kind of its fur become like matted and sort of hardened before bursting out of it. The sort of flakes just. But yeah, you did some damage there. You think? Anything else?
No.
Did it work?
I've got these spell slots left, man.
Golindan.
Okay, I've just been reinvigorated by the local bard,
You have.
and I'm pissed.
He has some serious
So-
words of encouragement for you.
I'm gonna take a fat stabberoonie at Big Mama.
Okay.
There's the stib.
That's
That
not,
didn't hit, did it?
unfortunately not. No.
Bonus section, disengage. I'm running away. Like, I'm
Excellent.
gonna go to here.
Beautiful stuff. Very brave. that the
Stunning
end?
and brave.
Is that the end of your turn?
Pick up, half orc.
Big Mama.
Fucking away.
Now that she's not restrained, she uses half her movement to stand up. Wait, if she was still prone, you would have got advantage on your
I would
attack.
have had advantage, wouldn't I?
Yeah.
Oh, right. In that case, hang on. Give me 1 second. Let me just
You
try
can
that
still
again.
you can still run away. There you go.
Okay,
There you go.
so I'm gonna go back over there. No, I'm gonna stay where I was and roll some damage.
Yeah, and you'll get your sneak attack because she's still prone.
This is good. Good news. 19.
Nice.
That is a big hit.
Woohoo!
You stab almost exactly in the same place as you did before, and your blade falls just a little bit deeper, but still not far enough. You pull it out, and a large spurt of blood comes out as well.
Well,
Sorry.
then I guess I'm going to have to follow that stib up with a mighty stab.
Okay,
It's a 19 to hit.
roll your damage.
There's a
So
12.
6.
She's still prone.
Yeah, but you only get your sneak attack damage once per round. But it didn't matter because
Okay.
you just like no, you kind of use your short sword while it's in her body, prise it apart, and just ram the dagger full in. You go elbow deep inside this wolf, and then just tear down her with your dagger.
I'm going to
She spills
spit on her.
entrails everywhere. She is
Spitting on the bitch.
not in this fight anymore. So,
Oh.
is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
Disengage and run away.
Can't disengage.
I
Use his
can't,
bonus
I've
action.
used my bonus action.
But you can still run away. Just you'll take a hit. That's all, or a potential hit.
That's all.
Well, if you say I'm going to take a potential hit, what I'm going to do is instead of running away, I'm just going to run around to occupy the space
Yep.
next to Douche.
Yep, that's cool. Let me get rid of this little doggy for you. I'll move him. I'll yeet him into the forest. That's fine.
Okay, I'll be there then.
Excellent. I'll be there for you when the rain starts to pour. Right, so the remaining puppers are going to take bites out of their respective close people. So Gonad, you're getting one. That is a 20 to hit.
Does not hit.
Cutting words now.
Okay, cool. How are you doing cutting words?
Just who let the dogs out?
Yeah, roll the cutting words.
Just one moment. I believe it's
Fuck
one of
off.
these. It's, give me a sec. I think it's bardic inspiration. Roll dice. It's a D6. Yeah, so no modifier. Okay.
Ooh.
2.
Takes it down to 18. Does it still hit?
Maybe.
I tried.
No, they did have a good effort.
To be fair, even if you'd have rolled the full 6, it would still have hit me.
What, is your armor class 14?
14, yeah.
Wow.
All right. I thought it was higher.
That'll be 7 piercing damage as it chomps at you.
Oh, of course it will.
It's also going to run away.
Run
Lack
away.
of opportunity, that bitch.
Yep. Make your opportunity attack.
You should not have locked the oven door.
Run away. Fucking Sonata.
So Antarctica love their wolves.
Shit, no, that was
They really do.
meant to be my sword. But it's the same damage, and I believe 11 doesn't hit.
It doesn't. It scampers off into the wilderness. Waka, this one's going to take a chomp at you.
No, is it?
You're right, it doesn't.
Ah!
And it's also going
right,
to...
so Wacker's fine.
It's going... Yeah, I rolled a 9 total. He's got an actual armor class. So,
Hang on. If you'd have rolled a 9 against me, it wouldn't have fucking hit. It's nothing to do with the armor class. It's
you're
your
very right.
bullshit loaded dice.
and it runs away. Waka, you can attempt to take a chop if you'd like.
Yeah, well, it's a reaction, yeah, I will do.
Well, this guy's been licking your balls all this time. Are you
It's
sure?
true. Nat 1. He just couldn't bring himself. Okay.
Fumble shot.
Fumble!
Friend, I just-
Fumble shot.
I need you to roll a straight D20.
I
Fumble!
hope you give it a name and you meet again one day.
Fumble.
So
Does that
just
you need me to roll a d20?
just a straight D20, yeah. Let's see what happens.
Modifier plus 20, yeah?
Nope. Well, I mean, if you want, but like, you don't want to know what the highest one on this is. Okay. Okay. Roll the second attack roll.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Douche, what's your armor class?
Stop that.
I need.
14.
I'm so sorry.
Roll some damage.
Please have piss poor
No,
damage.
if I just don't roll the damage, we'll never know.
Yeah, like filler buster the D&D session.
Oh God,
The good news is it's only 13.
that's great news.
Yeah.
Fucking wonderful.
The good news is we're about to have a long rest, right?
That is also other good news. The wolves make their way into the woods. Douche,
wolves.
into the wolves. Douche, you've just been like cut pretty bad.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean that. I was aiming for my friend Wolf.
With my last spell slot, healing word on myself.
What do you say? What is your healing word? That's a less good healing word.
Yeah. Healing word, I just go, fuck.
So, what else would you like to do? You have an action, your movement.
Well, I do.
No,
Well,
Douche
all-
does.
I'll do
All
shade.
wolves are fucked off, right?
They've scarpered, yeah, for now. You reckon you could probably catch them and take them down if you wanted to. For the benefit of the stream.
For the benefit of stream, what I'm going to do. To the tent. I'm flopped down.
Okay. Waka, friend Wolf has run away.
Oh no, friend Wolf.
You reckon you could probably catch him from your range?
Is there any way I can tame him at all?
You tell me, how do you tame a wild wolf?
I show it its dead mate's body and say, "This is what will happen." No, I'm not going to do that.
Like, how would that react? Would it just bite you in and fuck off? I don't know. Probably.
That'll learn him.
Rubbing nosing his dead mate. There you go. Are you learning yet? No, I am. I mean, there's not anything else I want to do. I'm not going to risk going after friend Wolf. I'm going to let him roam free.
Okay.
Poor friend Wolf. I'm sorry.
He'll die of super gonorrhea within a few days.
Super gonorrhea.
Oh, brilliant.
Well, he certainly didn't get it from me.
Well, now you've got
He
it then.
missed you every time, you lucky cunt!
Exactly.
Yeah, if there's nothing else you want to do.
I'm gonna go back to sleep.
Just, that was a good hit. Sorry, Douche.
Yeah.
Sleep.
Sorry, I'm really sorry, mate. Really sorry, but I'm dead tired.
I'm also gonna suggest a long rest again after this, but this time let's take it in turns.
I want to see what Vastificus does first.
Yeah.
That wasn't the deal, Leonard. Sorry. I'm going to sleep.
You're going to sleep. Excellent.
I'm going back to sleep. Like, I'm not waking up in 2 hours for a while.
Well, you know what? I could probably... It's still at range, is it?
It's still very much in range. You saw where it
cost me
ran
anything
to.
to right across that.
It's definitely within 60 feet. That's a hit. Roll some damage.
Wait, hang on. That wolf's movement was already halved.
You're right.
It wasn't halved. It was 10 foot less.
All right.
So I mean, it would end up there, but still. That's 3 damage. And its movement is reduced by 10 feet again. Anything else?
I just sort of look around, like, sort of shrug. Like, they're running away, like, do we care?
No.
Now that it's very much within range,
Now
I'm
he
just
cares.
Because it's a little bit further back here, I'm just gonna shoot it with an arrow while it's fucking off and hope that it does something.
Okay, so Vast, do you just go in to the tent or anything? You just stand there, just wait.
Yeah, I just stand there with my hands in my pockets and just see what happens.
Gonad, your target has been limbed by frosty rays.
Just wondering what to do. I could do a number of things. Wondering which
Go and
is stupid.
stab it.
So I'm thinking, I'm just gonna go after it because I can and stab it.
You bit me. Yeah, cool. Roll a stib.
Because I'm gonna roll a stib. That doesn't hit.
That doesn't hit.
So I'm gonna roll a stab,
That doesn't hit.
which definitely doesn't hit. I'm fairly disillusioned by this fight, apparently.
Yeah,
I'm pretty much done with this shit.
So as you come up to it, it tries to snap at you.
And probably succeeds horribly.
Do you want the good news or the bad news?
How much damage is it dealing me?
I rolled a 6 total, so it doesn't do any, but it does run away further, another additional 20 feet, because it is ray of frosted. So, opportunity attack, if you wish.
Of course I wish. What the fuck?
You are so groggy from sleep.
Friend Wolf runs off into the distance.
No, Fred Wolf, be free.
Touche. Nice and sleepy. Waka.
Nice and sleepy.
Nice and sleepy. Pacificus.
Standy waity.
Standy waity. Fall asleepy. Gonaddy.
I am vast asleep.
Gonad's just going for it. Stib. Stab. Hits.
Come back.
It continues running. However, it realizes that its back legs have been sawn off, and stumbles as its split corpse just sort of tries to crawl pathetically.
It looks like Gonad's just like killed it and then carried on stabbing it.
There we go. There's all the ones that we didn't roll earlier.
Oh no!
There's a lot of good rolls in there.
I am at this wolf. I'm still stabbing.
Gonad's turned the wolf into paste.
There was some good rolls there.
Yep. I even got a nat 20 on one of them.
And I think
There it is.
I think you're dead.
I think that's it. Yeah.
Hey.
I'm going to fucking sleep.
Ooh. As a number of wolven corpses begin to sort of settle and bleed out in the in this middle of this camp, you all go to sleep.
I'm dreaming of Friend Wolf.
With no watches. As you're dreaming of Friend Wolf, you realise that Gonad is in your
I've got a watch.
is in your tent with you. Roll an insight check.
Inside check. Inside check.
He said inside check to see how far inside me you are in the morning.
Waka, while still relatively sort of sleepy, you're not convinced that Gonad isn't Friend Wolf. So
nice.
you cozy
Thank you very
up
much
to
for
him.
the raid. Welcome.
Oh wow, excellent stuff.
Footprints In The Custard. We're playing D&D. Hi guys. Hi,
Yeah,
everyone.
good to see you all. A load of new faces. We've literally just
guys.
concluded some combat, and we've just decided that our half orc fighter seems to think that our rogue might actually just be his friend wolf that was licking his peanut butter balls.
Oh, Friend Wolf. Oh.
So,
What are you doing, Stepwolf?
Well, it takes a bit of a bit longer.
Oh, no.
Does that deserve a? You know what? I think this does deserve an orc dong check.
What? Okay. So no modifier then.
No modifier.
No modifier.
Modifier, just
See.
Oh wow, that is a chunky orc down.
That is some chunk orc dong. Hello, all the new faces. This is exactly how badly it goes. Gonad, you successfully
fine.
saved.
I rolled out of the way.
Did you pole vault it?
So, Vast and Douche, you're kind of settling down, waiting, and all you hear is just a mild tussle going on in the other tent.
I just roll over to my other side. Just like,
You just see a Vast staring back at you.
I mean, I find it a little bit offensive.
While
but
we're
I
resting-
think that I had to roll
While
to
we're
seduce
resting-
my friend Wolf.
Yeah?
While we're resting, by the way, I am going to keep an ear out for any more tinklings.
Okay. That's going to be hard, but we'll see what we can do. Yeah. So, yeah, you all hunker down, fall to sleep. The next few hours pass with no other incident. Because of the interruption, it's going to take a little longer for you guys to get your full rest, but you suspect by the time it hits sort of 7-ish in the morning, you guys will be fully alive. Again, going at that technically counts as a second long rest for you. You've gone for another nap.
Fine
yeah.
with that.
Everyone can enjoy the benefits of a long rest.
Yay.
Cool. I get
oh, my
the
spell slots.
You
My beautiful spell
absolute
slots.
punk code.
So, with that,
my hit points have just gone down.
I've just gone down. How?
Yeah, I was at 29. I've gone to 26. Like,
Good.
as in, my max has gone down. Has gone down from 29 to 26.
Max power.
Yeah, it has. That's fucking so strange. Have you overridden your HP somehow or anything? No.
Yeah, he did do something like that.
Okay, I'm not sure how to get that back.
Did you have any temporary HP from anything?
Nope.
Okay, well,
I think he overrid his HP when he was leveling up because it was easier than doing whatever he was doing.
okay. Well, we'll figure that out. But I think for the next 10 minutes, I'm going to go for maybe not the whole 10 minutes, but I do think it's time for a nice pee break.
Yarp.
So, all of you new guys, thank you for joining us tonight, and for those of you that followed us this far, that's amazing. You guys are amazing. We're gonna go for 10 minutes or so, refill, go for a wee, maybe, hang out. I don't know, but I'm gonna put on some tunes for you. So, we'll be back in 5-10 minutes, guys.
Cool.
Fizzle.
Boom. Well, welcome back,
now I'm
everybody.
good to go.
Sladen just poked his eye out by accident almost there. Yeah, thank you all for joining us tonight. It's really, really good to see so many of you. That's really, really cool. Thank you guys for the raids as well. That's been amazing. We're Footprints in the Custard. We're playing some D&D, and you guys have just maybe heard some of our tunes, and yeah, they're kind of all right. We're as good at music as we are at D&D. So. Joining us right now, we've just finished a long rest after an attack by some wild wolves, including one big dire wolf. You guys are on your way on the northern road towards the old fort of Amon Hung, where you suspect the answer to some mysteries may be held. But the morning comes, and it's quite a quiet, dreary, dull, cloudy kind of day. But you all come to. It's about 7ish. As you guys make your way out of your makeshift tents into your camp, you can see the prostrate corpses of the various wolves that you've mutilated in the night.
I'd rather see prostrate corpses than prostate corpses, if I'm completely honest. One letter makes a whole ton of difference.
Really does, yeah. But they're lifeless, and they don't really do a lot. No sign of friend wolf from what you can see as your morning comes. But you find yourself, you've finally met your blade properly, Waka, and it could see the true function of its brutality when it works. The morning is yours, guys. What would you like to do?
Can I roll to see if I was spooning Duché when I woke up?
Absolutely. Duché, you can roll either to allow or to reject. That's fine. You don't
What
have to
do I roll?
You don't roll a
Yeah, what it'd be.
dexterity for you. For Duché, if you're allowing it, there isn't any rolls that need. If you're trying to actively get away, then it's a dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity saving throw.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Big roll that
Maybe
though.
not that much.
Oh, very close.
As opposed,
So it's not a comfortable cozying up, but it's definitely feels tougher than you thought. With his morning polage.
you see, the thing is, Vast doesn't know this society and what the norms are, and this is just what he's used to, you know.
It's only because he's used to staying in a bed with Gonad, and Gonad's just just like, yeah, man, free love.
He has a point.
Yeah. So I think this is what you do.
At that point, Duce just sort of sighs. It's kind of just like, morning, friendly.
Morning.
Just so you know, in usual culture, unless you are actually doing the dirty with each other, it's polite to lean the penis away from the back of the counterpart.
I didn't realise you were so forward. Sure, I guess. Yes.
Get your cock out of my back.
The worst part is I've definitely said that sentence to Russ on more than one occasion.
The intention is clear, Vast.
He's very rude.
I think.
I'm already up. I'm already up, by the way, and I have been for a few hours because.
No, I was going to say, I think I'd have to wake up with the same sorts of worries. Like, have I got something prodding at me?
But
No,
yeah,
I've already been up for a few hours. I'm sat stoking a fire, boiling a nice pot of Phallian coffee.
Phallus.
getting that fine bean. I believe you wanted to collect your daggers.
I've already done that. I've been awake for hours, mate. I've
Yeah,
stabbed the fuck out of every corpse that was left, and taken a bit of direwolf meat to make some breakfast.
Okay, yeah. It's very tough. Very tough. Very lean. It's all muscle, very chewy. But cooks well enough.
I'm going to
So-
wander out of my tent and go and retrieve my hand axe from over here.
Yep.
That I narrowly missed gonad with.
Perfect. Yeah. So you guys...
A seat.
excellent.
I'm going to pull Volt out of the tent.
I think that requires an acrobatics check, don't you?
Absolutely.
Oh, come on, and that one. Nope,
Oh.
it's quite effortless, really. Like he's done this plenty of times before. He just kind of goes from prone to like rotating upwards, like a spinning top that starts itself up and then falls over the other way.
It's treason, isn't it? Like for standing to a 960 all in one movement.
Yeah, it seems pretty effortless. He's done this before.
Not my first rodeo.
Evidently not. So
The rodeo.
Rodeo.
let's get rid of this this nighttime noise, shall we?
Rodeos sounds like a great cereal for people who work in live music.
There we go. So, it is the morning. Your horses seem unperturbed by the night's events. They seem to have a better natural passive stealth than you do, because perhaps your DM forgot that they existed while wolves were attacking. But they seem otherwise fine. A bit thirsty, perhaps, but that's easily sorted.
Is there
okay.
food for everyone?
Yeah, I've just hacked apart the direwolf and made some breakfast rolls.
I'll have some of those.
Does anyone have needle and thread?
I don't think you could put it back together, Douche.
No, I was rather thinking of the gaping hole or half orc left in my shirt.
That's not how you make a friend wolf.
To be fair, you did put one in his tent.
Yes, that's what you get. I like my
He
tent.
launched a great sword. Who does that?
Who throws a shoe? Honestly.
Every session, I think thus far, that's come up, and I'm very happy.
Well, if you invade my tent with pointy objects, I'm going to lash out.
Nice to see where your proclivities lie. Needle and thread. Anybody?
Nope.
Nip.
I have a crowbar and a hammer.
Would you believe that both of those sound very useful to me right now?
Honestly, I don't think I would. I'd think you were lying.
I'm gonna go around collecting some of the unfucked snare traps and my string and bells as well.
Yep, that's fine. Well thought. I was going to call you on that eventually.
Well, the thing is, I didn't really use anything to make the snare traps apart from what I found, but seeing how well they worked, I'm going to keep them. So I've now got 4 snare traps with a DC of 16.
Sure. I mean, it's
No,
the DCs
Ian.
for setting them, I'm afraid.
A DC for setting them. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Ian,
Well, I've got
I have
4
it.
snare
I
traps.
have a disguise kit.
Okay.
I have a disguise kit, but I
Would
didn't
that
think
have needle and thread in it?
No, it just has props and makeup.
Yeah, it's got like a funny mask with a mustache and glasses. Yeah, I don't think it would have needle and thread necessarily.
I've got
No,
a.
I could have sworn I had tinkerer's tools, but apparently not.
I've got a wooden stake and some rope.
Oh, wonderful.
So
Use it
anyway,
to keep your
let's move
fucking
on.
tank closed.
So Duche, your shirt seems perhaps a little less fine than it did before. Another hole to potentially patch up in the future. But it's another story to tell. So you guys have your breakfast. The day doesn't seem to brighten up anymore. It seems to just maintain its cloudiness. And you can continue more of your journey. So, your horses, what's the plan?
Getting back
I
on
think,
mine.
personally, I think we should leave them here.
Well, how did...
Stealth the rest of
I'm
the way.
I'm not fond of the idea, considering the amount of wolves in this forest.
Yes. I don't want to have to walk all the way back when I get back here.
I think we should just take the terrain slow and steady, as best as we can.
These
You want to
horses
ride
will...
straight in there on horses.
These horses will not be here when we come back if we leave them.
Will either be eaten or stolen, and I'm not okay with either idea, considering they're on loan
They're not on loan.
from the
We
dead
took them.
people,
Yes.
from the people that we killed. I've just remembered. It's been a very difficult evening. Vast.
I missed you too.
It was weird.
You didn't do
It was
anything.
odd. I'm not a fan of our new sleeping arrangements. We'll be back to normal soon.
Just because you don't like Chunk or Dong.
I'm not
don't know
too
what-
fond of tiefling pole myself.
You'll soon come to love it.
So,
Or will it come to love you?
I go mate with the wolves to form a new and exciting race of. Actually, no, wait, that sounds a bit furry.
that is pretty furry, gentlemen.
Yeah, I'm not into that.
Takes all sorts, but I think it's not really in the realm right now.
Not with that attitude.
Certainly not. Who knows where the far reaches of Phallia you can find.
I'm a stranger in these parts.
You're a stranger everywhere.
Not a stranger
I'm just-
in your parts.
Just strange.
You're a fucking stranger. Danger is what you are.
So, gentlemen,
Fine, I don't care what we do with the horses.
Well, I'm going to lead mine along with me.
Yeah, same.
Sounds like
Well, if everyone's doing it. I don't have one, so
yeah.
Good. Let's leave the horses. Disregard the fact I wasn't even really riding one actively anyway.
So that just means you will not be burdened with any animal handling checks. So, you make your way back to the path, I believe. And you can see that very, very little has changed. The insects seem to be rising up for the morning. The vegetation seems a little parched. It's been a couple of days since a nice rainfall has happened. Probably close to over a week at this point, as far as you guys are aware at this stage. The last one was Dingleberry, where it was running down the various pathways. But nevertheless, you make it back to the path, or what remains of the path, before you head into the relative wilderness of the sort of the hillscape surrounding Amon Hung. Now, from your previous conversations with the various inhabitants of Dingleberry, you're aware that Amon Hung itself is set at the base of a waterfall. Therefore, it would make sense for it to be, relatively near a stream or a river. So you suspect that with some vantage, you would be able to potentially locate such a thing.
sounds reasonable.
but you can't not see it from now. So, you guys making your way further into the mountainous hillside. It begins as rolling kind of hills before becoming steep and rocky.
If we came out of the forest here, I was going to sort of say that we across the greenery as opposed to going through the hills.
It's not really applicable at that point, I'm afraid.
Well, neither are you.
I know.
You're still here.
Yeah, I mean, you could totally give it a go. It does veer off quite dramatically to the northwest, in like a lip, like a basin in that corner.
I would say if we sort of start going in that direction, so towards the stream, then we can follow it to Amon Hung.
Yeah.
That sounds like a plan to me.
What's everybody else's thoughts on today's route?
It sounds like a plan to me.
Sounds like a plan.
11 miles. Okay.
Yes.
That's fine. So, as you make your way over the rolling hills towards almost due west entirely to attempt to come across the river, it becomes more rocky and more sort of how do you describe it? Sheer, I think, at certain points. There's a few narrow passages, a lot of natural valleys that seem to be eroded away through the gaps in the mountains. However, once the stream is sighted, it becomes fairly obvious to a certain point. It exists on part of a floodplain of sorts, gouging deep recesses into the ground, creating like a natural pathway northwards. Can you all roll perception checks, and those of you with horses roll animal handling, please?
Perception and animal handling.
Great.
Perception's good. My animal handling is dog eggs.
Oh, neither are great.
Okay.
Neither.
Okay, so Dusha, you don't see anything. You also seem to have a bit of trouble coercing your animal on some of the more difficult passages. It does cost you a little bit of time. Waka, you have pretty much the same experience, really. You don't really see a great deal. Gonad, you managed to sight the course pretty effectively. You managed to keep an ear out, nothing untoward. If anything, it seems almost devoid of wildlife, unusually. That goes for you as well, Vast. You both kind of make the assumption. There's only a few birds here and there. Shrubs are kind of lost, almost like the closer you get to Amon Hung, the less life there is. And all of your horses really don't seem to play ball in the way forward. So you do lose a bit of time. So I'd say over the course of approaching the river and so it's what, 6 miles to the river and further north. Okay, 6 miles is what, 2 hours? Because you're basically on foot. You're just with horses. Extra. Yeah, okay. So you suspect you could be maybe about 4 hours out, but with your horses digging their heels in, it does seem to cause a bit of delay, probably extending that to 5 to 6 hours. However, as you begin to approach,
Can I sort of like pat my horse and like just give it a little bit of food to try and make it play ball with me?
Sure, yeah. I mean, it's more like trying to guide it over some of the more narrower passages. I kind of just wanted to know that everything's okay. Yeah.
And just, stay calm.
It happily sort of brays and nudges, enjoying the feed, as it were. However, as you approach towards the north and you properly set your eyes on the horizon, you can see the sheer magnitude of the largest peaks in the area, and the giant waterfall in the distance. You're talking like it's very much on the horizon. And it's quite a sight to behold. The river itself, where it is nearby you, is little more than a trickle. the point in the distance where it seems to hit the mountains seems to be quite dramatic, quite thorough. Throughout the sort of the floodplain kind of area, series of hills and mountains erupt to the sides every now and then, causing like really quite tight passages through the passes. Perhaps is through the travel. Can you all make? In fact, no, you don't, because you just made perception checks. Vast and Gonad, you suspect you're maybe 3-4 hours into your journey, perhaps another hour or so away from where you would gain first proper sight of the fort, when you hear a horrible sound in the distance.
How horrible is it?
In the
Do you want the good news or the bad news?
yeah, do you want the good news or the bad news? The bad news is you don't know what it is. Vast, however, you are very keenly familiar with the sound of a roaring red dragon round the pass.
Nope.
That sounds like a dragon.
Dragon? Dragon?
What is it? Dragons?
I'm not sure we should go any further. I don't want to.
Big old nope from me.
I say we just turn round and go back to the pub.
In which direction, and is it on or around Amon Hung?
To the north, it seems to be interposing almost.
So in between where we are and where that is.
Yeah, unless you wanted to take a number of days to sort of circumvent, it is the only sort of logical approach.
Naturally.
The unfortunate reality of the situation, gentlemen, is that we do need to be there.
Make a nature check, Vast. It didn't seem like a very loud roar, considering how
I was
old.
about my next question was: does it sound like an adult or a baby dragon?
Yeah, it sounded like an adult. You're fairly confident of that,
Right.
but there is no sight.
What is my knowledge of red dragons?
Just with your draconic bloodline, you've been aware of them. You've read up on them growing up. You know that they deal with fire. You know.
Yeah.
You know how the dragon deities. But they, they're generally quite aggressive. And significantly beyond your wheelhouse at the minute. If you were to face an adult green dragon, or even a young green dragon, red dragon.
Well, we definitely can't fight it. Although I do have the sweet ring.
Well, what do you expect to do? Talk to it?
No,
Ask it not to eat us?
I think we're going to have to sneak by it. Or around it.
Sneak? I don't have any pants, and I weigh a ton.
Like you're really speaking up my language here, Waka.
Just trying to work that one out, like how that works. Because of the slapping of the balls.
Exactly. Give me a wait a second.
It's got a nutsack like an angry seal.
Oh! I mean, if you think you can hide me somewhere, let's go for it.
Can we?
I mean, not as you are.
Can we all swim? No, it's a terrible idea. He's wearing too much armor.
I mean, this horse would make me sink for a start.
So, with an 18,
Yeah.
would I know which side of the river the dragon is on?
So the river kind of coasts down through the center of this sort of eroded floodplain, essentially, and veers to the right. As far as you can tell, the noise came from the passable sort of section in the middle, like a choke point of sorts.
So, like right here.
Let me see if I can show
Like
you.
here.
You're probably, like you say, you're still probably about an hour out because you can see where the waterfall is. But yeah, so you're probably about where the hexagon outline is there.
So, don't
Where's
need
the
to take a
drag
few
game?
days. We don't need to take a few days to circumvent. If we're about here,
You would have to,
what we need to do is
unfortunately, to be able to.
realistically, like,
Because if you went if you went into the basin to the right, it would be, you'd have to clamber down, go round, and then up again.
right.
Which is, a bit tougher.
So it's like a Scarfell situation where it's all sort of just
There is like
goes, and then
this
everything builds up around the sides.
this large area at the top here is essentially a plateau. All of this section here, kind of a flat plateau, whereas this is like sort of basin here. This is relatively flat, but it is far sort of it's very tough to navigate in terms of rockiness. It's not exactly plains or anything.
Is anyone feeling particularly ballsy?
Almost always.
Now you mention
Know this.
my balls
I
are
think-
out for the time.
I think we should tread carefully. I don't think we should let this affect the journey.
What about the horses? Should we leave them?
No, I said that like
Is there anywhere to?
half a
Is there
day
anywhere
ago.
to?
The vegetation is
Stow
sparse,
them, or-
but there is a few isolated, thin trees. You suspect?
Can we put the end of the rope on the ground and put a rock on it, like a big rock?
You could try,
That's what-
yeah,
no,
for sure.
To be fair, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking
Yeah.
if we're right
Yeah.
near a river or a stream, there might be some.
Yeah,
big
there's
rocky bodies.
there's
It might
certainly
be worth
certainly some
seeing if we can
large
tie them down with a rock.
there's certainly some large boulders and stuff. Yeah, for sure.
Is there any vegetation
be
for
worth
them
doing
to eat?
It's sparse, but not. You don't think it would last them for very long. Whatever, if
But
you
they can
if you
drink,
put them,
obviously, because it's a stream.
yeah, yeah. If you put them in a section, they probably wouldn't have a lot to last them. But you reckon, I mean, they're fairly well taken care of thus far. They're not going to starve in a day or two.
Okay.
I say we leave them here and hope they're still here when we get back.
Yeah, worth knowing that
Unfortunately,
if we
we've
leave
reached
them
that
for
point.
2 days without food, they're not going to be up for an escape. I don't think.
Well,
I'm gonna like gently. I'm just gonna gently stroke the mane of my horse and just put my face to his and go, "It's okay. I'm back for you."
I'm gonna
Nudges.
gently
Happily.
stroke the horse, the mane of my horse, and said, "If you're dead when I get back, you're food."
It nudges again happily towards you.
See, he likes the idea.
I will also stroke the mane of my horse and say, we are absolutely, definitely going to die.
That one.
I will not stroke any of the manes of any of the horses, and I will say, "Goodbye, horses."
No, we don't sing that. We don't sing that.
The difficulty with singing that song, Russ, is that every time I hear it, I have an involuntary reaction to do something that is very much against the Twitch terms of service.
Same. I've been going to do it at house parties,
Yep. Beautiful.
as Ian's parents will testify. Literally.
I've
Literally.
done it far more than I care to
In
admit.
court.
So
They will
yeah.
Oh,
So it will require one of your ropes essentially to secure them properly in a way that you think would be
They can use
I'm
mine.
gonna keep my rope to hand because I always end up having to fucking use it.
They can use mine.
Very true.
I will do.
Okay. So it takes a little bit of time. Occasionally you hear, like in the distance, some muffled conversation, sort of echoing through the mountain pass. It's very tough to make out any words. Though after the 20 minutes or so of sorting it out, you do hear a second roar. Like that. Except a bit more dragony.
Can we determine any more from the second roll? Like, sort of, if I'm expecting it this time, do I know sort of where it's coming from?
Sure. Make a perception check.
I'm gonna do it too, just because I'm worried about the.
It kind of bounces throughout the pass. It's very, very hard to pinpoint anymore. You do think it's unusual to a point that you'd heard conversation, but it's unmistakably a dragon roar.
I think it's unusual. What? Sorry.
It's unusual that you'd heard conversation throughout briefly. That you couldn't make out any words. It was just like, you know, the mumbled, distant kind of thing. But then the unmistakable roar was definitely audible.
I believe we should stick as close to the river as possible moving forwards and travel with extreme caution.
Agreed.
At the same time, I feel this is bullshit. Something here is bullshit.
Yes.
Yes, this whole thing is bullshit.
This has been bullshit from day one.
Thanks, guys.
I think what you guys can smell there is horse shit.
Ah,
There's plenty of it.
Yeah, it's not bullshit. Bullshit. Poop.
Yeah, so I'm tentatively press on, keep it as close to the river as possible, and sort of like not fully crouching, but crouch walking just in case.
So the river seems to slow to almost a trickle at some certain points, but the sort of the width of the floodplain becomes quite dramatic in certain points. Like it's carved through some of the softer material in the valley. How are you guys approaching? Say you're approaching kind of stealthily. Is that what you're saying?
Max, no.
We're all walking very slowly.
As stealthy as possible.
Are you moving ahead of the party a little bit, or is the whole party moving together?
I'm probably. I was going to say I'm probably about 20 feet ahead of the slowest member. Maybe I might press to like 50 if I just want to get a decent look out and be super stealthy.
Sure.
So
okay.
does that mean everyone's between me and you then?
So everyone roll stealth, and I'll take that into account for the various DCs.
Okay.
Clank, 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 clank.
Oh my god.
I'm so glad I'm 60 feet away from Waka.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, Gonad, you're
So glad I'm as far away from you guys as I am.
you're like happily sort of like scouting and sifting between and doing little short darts almost soundlessly between various points of cover as you progress. The rest of the party are barely making the effort in like the Scooby-Doo kind of style that you demonstrated how sneaky that could possibly be in the previous episode.
I think I'm being stealthy, but
I mean,
I'm
like
just
that, yeah.
stood upright, just walking.
Yeah, Vast isn't even trying, he's just walking. Waka's almost actively trying not to make noise, but as a result, just all of his breastplates are just like clanking against each other. His swords keep bouncing in because it's not wrapped in trousers anymore. He's taken it out, but it's just they're just clanking against each other, almost like he's moving unnaturally.
Yeah, it's like the noise you make
un-
if you sneak around the house at night trying not to make noise. You
Yeah.
automatically make all the noise you possibly can.
Exactly that. Yeah.
Did you unwrap the sword from the trousers and then just like discard the trousers and slip them back on?
He didn't-
I don't remember keeping them with me.
He didn't put them on. You know, he definitely didn't put them on.
The wilds have claimed them.
The rough hemp of that dead man's trousers has finally frayed with the keen edge of rhyme and reason,
Dragon has some pants.
and that's why he got a
The
natural
dragon
one.
will not have pants.
Dragon pants are a thing.
So,
How would they get let into bars?
so Gonad, as you approach, you suspect you're closing in on the noise. It seems to be a little bit more coherent the closer you get.
What do my elf eyes see?
Your elf eyes see a set of smoke wafting into the air. At a point where the pass winds to the east through the mountains.
Okay, I'm just gonna hold my hand up behind me, just that,
Okay.
just to stop everybody.
I stop clunking.
I don't stop.
Stop for no man.
Excellent.
I don't know what that means.
With from sorry, what are you saying?
After a moment, you feel Vas give you a high five.
It echoes throughout the pass, and in a
I've learned
loud
some customs.
booming voice from the distance, you hear, "Leave your valuables and turn back, and I might spare your lives." In common.
Did anyone else hear that? I didn't think we heard anything. Let's carry on.
I'm
Can
just
I
gonna
use-
turn around to Vast and go, "You stupid cunt."
Can I use thaumaturgy to make my voice very, very loud
Yeah.
Oh, you plum.
and say,
No, got an idea. You might be on some.
"No! Fuck off!"
You hear an appropriate response. "You will find only death here."
What's that?
In Draconic, you hear a response. "Silence, insolent whelps!"
I don't think I speak Draconic.
I
No,
do.
all I hear is.
Well, there's two voices there. Is it two different voices or one?
The same voice, just one was in Draconic.
Alright.
Just that response was Draconic.
Um,
I'm gonna turn to Vast. and
shall
just
I? I'll respond.
Can you reason this beast?
How would I do that?
Find a way. I don't know. You're a fucking dragon boy.
Make friends with it.
I'm not a fucking dragon boy.
Offer it a piece of cheese.
I'm a real boy.
We know where we can find a donkey. I've heard they tame dragons like nothing else.
Yeah.
So in Draconic, I'll say, "We are coming into Amon Hung. You cannot stop us."
Is your mouth a vagina when you do
It responds.
mouth?
It responds. "I desire privacy. Leave me be."
Why don't you fuck off somewhere for a few minutes so we can kill the goblins?
Says responds in Draconic. "You show too much trust in the lesser races."
What, the goblins? No, we're going to kill them.
In common. "You are an adventurer. You must be very brave." In Draconic. "Slay them all, curs, leave none alive."
In Draconic, I can understand what you're saying when you do Draconic.
In common. "There are deeper secrets, more ancient even than I."
Are they?
In
What
Draconic.
the fuck are you on about?
In Draconic, you hear, How does this thing work? Wait, I think I've got it."
Guys, someone I believe is fucking with us.
And that's what I said. I wouldn't have done that to a real dragon, would I? That'd be stupid.
Yes, I think you would.
Yes, you would have done.
Just,
Yes,
I'm
I
gonna
might have
peek
done,
out
but
from
I
where
had a suspicion.
I'm gonna peek out from behind and just go. It's a phony.
It's a phony!
You once again hear the unmistakable roar of a red dragon.
I don't think that's real, guys.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's see what happens. I'm going.
Yeah, let's go.
So, as you guys make your way into the floodplain of sorts, you see nestled between the ridge further ahead, perhaps about 100 feet away, 120 feet away, the striking silhouette of a large dragon head with bright eyes and a gaping mouth at the end of a stout neck, and smoke is just billowing from its nostrils. It is brown.
Brown dragon.
Brown. Do I know of any
The color
browns?
of poo poo.
It's
Roll
a shit
a-
dragon, that's what it is.
Roll a nature check. I mean, brown's a color. Chromatic dragons exist. It could just be a could be a kind of an old one, maybe a dim one, could be a dark one, but yeah, you're not sure. Not necessarily brown, but it could be red.
How far away is it?
About 120 feet.
It doesn't look.
I'm gonna start walking towards it.
Close enough to magic missile.
I'm gonna start walking towards it until I'm within about 60 feet.
Okay.
What do I see?
You can see the huge scope of the dragon. Its body is sort of like it's on the ground, sort of like nestling, moving around, in uncomfortable ways, and it shouts at you. Where is it? Sorry, bear with me. It shouts, "Leave your valuables and turn back, and I might spare your lives."
I'm just gonna start going up to her and just go. I'm very sorry. Two things. One, we're not going to do that. Two, how have you wound up here? Are you okay? Do you need some assistance?
How close did you say you got?
Within about 60 feet. I'm like just skirting the edge of 60 feet.
Okay, just checking.
I'm just a bit further away than 60 feet, like
Yeah.
61 feet away.
I'm 61 feet away.
Okay.
I'm precisely 61 feet away from the dragon.
Okay.
Got an 80-foot reach, hasn't it?
And as,
like a fire goes like across past your nose.
as you
Goodbye, eyebrows.
as you respond, it just replies, "You will find only death here."
Yes,
Can I
yes, I know.
analyze
You
the
said that
movements of the
before.
dragon?
It's repeating itself.
Yeah, make an insight
Can I-
check, Vast.
Yeah. I'm going to use my fucking inspiration because I keep rolling really badly.
I mean, you've not seen a dragon of this size this close.
Well,
You're not sure.
With me being a bit closer to the dragon and speaking to it face to face, does it look injured? Is it just telling us to fuck off because it knows that it can't do anything?
You can make an insight check if you'd
You
like.
said it's writhing around.
Yeah, it's
I wanna
moving
know why that
uncomfortably.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I take a close look at it as well?
Yeah, if you want
You're
to get to approach it as well, you can do.
I'm going to move to 61 feet away as well,
That's a 14.
and I'm going to try and take a good look at it because something's really off with this.
Okay, roll an insight or perception. For your insight, Gonad, Yeah, no, you've never seen a dragon before. That's a dragon. That's a dragon. Gonad, you're like, It's like you've met gnomes before, and they make things that move like this. Like you've seen like the clockwork monkey and stuff. Like you suspect it's not a dragon. You suspect it's made of wood.
Okay, I am gonna just carry on walking towards the dragon. Just my hands out, showing that I'm not holding any weapons.
Yep.
Just gonna start walking towards the dragon and say, "I'm getting closer. Just want to talk." And as I get closer, do I notice any more? Like, is it definitely made of wood?
It responds in Draconic, which you don't understand, but those of you that do, you hear "Silence, insolent whelps." How close are you?
59 feet.
That doesn't cut it, if you ask me. Go on. How close are you?
I've probably moved about 20 feet because I'm just
40 feet.
I'm being as open and honest as I can with it.
Yep.
So I'm probably at 41 feet.
So you hear that response in Draconic and don't understand it. It's hard to tell from this distance. The smouldering does seem to be stoking somewhat, however. The wings are black and flighty behind it.
I'm just going to turn around. Who's closest to me at this point? Is it Vass or Waka?
Waka is much closer, than the rest of you.
I'm like 20 foot
I'm
behind.
gonna beckon to Vast. Bring him closer.
I'll come closer here.
Okay. So how close do you get? Do you get as close as Gonad, yeah?
61.
61. So you're as close as Waka. Okay.
Hey, buddy.
I'm just gonna move back. I'm gonna move back slowly and just lean over to Vast and go, I think he's made of wood.
Can I do an insight check
You can.
based on my new knowledge? Oh my god!
Oh no, that's definitely a dragon. And almost in response,
It's a dragon, dude.
you hear in Draconic, "You show too much trust in the lesser races."
I've got an idea. You say that it's moving like a gnomish contraption. It's billowing at the front, and it seems to be smouldering.
Yep.
Which makes me think that it's got some kind of possible intricate device inside of it, which will project a cone of flame were anyone to run near it.
No.
No, get closer. Come on.
I don't know.
I'm gonna
what
run.
What do you want me to do? Do you want me to throw
around-
something at it?
Yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, right,
It's a dragon.
Fast.
I know all about
to
dragons.
the dragon.
Definitely a dragon.
Fast. Talk to the dragon. Waka, draw your sword and start moving east. Slowly.
In Draconic. So, what's your name? I mean, so, what's your name?
You hear in response in common, "You are an adventurer? You must be very brave."
Yeah, right, that's what I thought. I am going to, whilst Fast is distracted in my talking and Waka's walking to the east with his sword out, I'm going to do some sort of stealthy crouch run to the west and try and get around the dragon to see if I can see any more and get a bit closer, but to a point where it can't quite notice what's going on.
While this is happening, I'm going to move you to a map.
Also, while this is happening, having perceived that this is complete bullshit, Douche is just way behind, just paring his nails with a dagger, just like...
That's totally fine. Totally fine.
Dabo.
Did you just say Dabo?
Dabo! Get some gold press latinum up on this.
Marine! Hello, Marine!
So, I would say, I don't know. What would I say? I'm trying to figure out how much you guys can see. You can see the wings. That's fine. That's a dragon.
Cool. Dragon with cogs on it.
So,
Don't know that. Meta
No, I
gaming,
don't-
ginger bitch.
I don't know that because I rolled a 2.
it's true.
And I
So,
rolled a 9 at advantage,
I need to clear my turn
wasting
order.
my inspiration.
Yeah. That was fucking gutting. Okay. So, what are you intending to do, guys? What's your plan?
I'm just trying to. I'm just trying to
talking-
get a beat on it. So I'm getting those two to distract the dragon, whilst I try and make a run up sort of this way to see if I can get an eye on it from. But like, how big is that ditch? Is that going to take a lot of time to get up?
No, it'll take probably like a DC 8 athletics or acrobatics to get up. It's not very steep. It's much more steep
Okay.
It's much more steep on your side, Waka.
I was going to say, yeah, so
Right.
what would it take to get up this side?
I would say in athletics of like 12-ish.
Right, while that's happening, I'm gonna run up. I can't select my token, but you get the picture.
Can you not? God damn.
No, it's all right. I'll bring myself in, and I'm
you're
gonna
right.
run up this way and try and get up here. So you said that's athletics or acrobatics.
That's true, yeah. Waka, you brought yourself in as well.
Okay.
And Duche, you're at the bottom there somewhere, bud.
Yeah, give me a sec. Just gonna.
So I'm going to roll. I've got a +6 to athletics, so I'm going to
Oh,
roll.
I'm gonna have to bring myself in as well.
Okay.
Boom. Right, there I am.
Ooh,
That'll do.
there he is. Okay.
Yeah, mine's a cool 10.
10.
I've crawled
Yeah.
up.
You've managed to
Come
get up.
about here and just
With an athletics of
push
14,
them.
yep. You've managed to get there as well. So,
And
with
I'm sort of going around this way, but like
okay,
to sit behind this outcropping.
as you do,
But what big wings you have!
because you weren't being remotely stealthy in the slightest.
What? I said I was doing like a stealthy crouch run.
Oh, well, you need to make
Sorry.
a stealth check then. But you were in open capacity, so it would have to be at disadvantage at this point, I'm afraid.
Balls. That's why I was getting them to fucking distract. Oh,
What big teeth you have!
oh my god.
Yeah.
So with either of those rolls, it wouldn't have mattered, I'm afraid. However,
Oh no.
I'm also being
Ooh.
on my side.
boom.
Trying to be.
A number of kobolds erupt from the top of it like a Trojan dragon and launch slings at you. So
Excellent.
that's 7 attacks towards you.
Oh. Ah,
Oh,
disgusting.
You inhuman piece of shit.
What's your AC?
It's 14, you know it is.
3 of them went through.
That's
Yeah.
not too bad.
that could have been a lot worse. Unfortunately, on the good news or the bad news? The good news is only 3 of them hit. The bad news, they all rolled nat 20s.
That's a total of 15 bludgeoning from those ones.
Yep.
So,
That fucking tracks.
I guess I'll put some angry music on. Although it is 10 past 10. What are you guys thinking?
It is 10 past. I reckon we call it and come for a combat when we come back.
Yeah, definitely. Start the next session with a hefty combat.
Sounds good. Sounds
Do you
good.
roll the mission first or wait till we get back?
We'll leave that for next week, I think. That sounds like a good shout. And I'll put
Yeah, yeah.
something. I'll start
Right.
the session with something rather dramatic.
Ooh.
Hmm.
Ooh.
So, Apologies for getting a load of stones thrown at you, Colin Dan. But
I'm
That's good enough.
sorry, you're
I
just a
enjoyed that.
prick.
natural one, a natural 1 and a 2 is
Yeah,
not gonna do it.
So the thing is, I got the dragon thing quite early. I was like, that's definitely not a dragon. And then when we saw it, I was like, it's definitely not a dragon. But all my rolls were shit.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah.
So with that in mind, then, thank you all very much for joining us tonight.
Thank you all.
We've had
I'm just going to see if something works.
Oh,
I don't have permission to do that. So you're going to need to do that.
okay. Well, we'll talk about it at the time, I guess.
What I mean is, I'm seeing if I can do something now. I'm going to need you to do it.
Oh,
'Cause I don't have permissions.
are we talking something on the stream?
Yeah.
Does it matter if we're going to be finishing in a second? Oh wait, yes, we need to do
that's
the
the
rating,
point.
of
Yeah,
course. Yeah, right. So that's totally true. Right, I'm with you. I'm sorry. I just saw your banning and I was like, what the fuck? But yeah, alas, thank you guys very much for joining us tonight. We've had a minor combat, and we're gonna have another combat, and then presumably next week the guys will gaze eyes properly on if they survive the dragon, manage to make their way to Amon Hung and see what happens. And gaze-
Finally.
I've
I'm
sent
going
you a
away
message
for
on
so long.
Facebook, which
Okey-dokey.
is what you need to type in chat.
Excellent. So, yeah, thank you all for joining us. Those of you that haven't followed us, please give us a follow if you enjoyed what you saw. We do game streams throughout the week. I
am doing one tomorrow.
We play D&D on Sundays usually. We do some extra things, and it's good fun. If you have Amazon Prime user, subscribe to us. It's free. Those of you that have already subbed to us, you guys are the best. So, thank you very much for basically getting us beer money to play D&D. That's great fun. So, we're going to go and raid one of Sladen's mates, Geordie lad called Fat Rascal. And he's a good dude.
Good name.
He is.
He's a good dude. He's currently just getting pissed up and playing Euro Truck Simulator and listening to tunes. Takes requests.
I think last time I was on there, he was listening to loads of like Eurovision stuff. It was great fun. Let's see. Can I get in here? Here we go. This is what happens when I don't do things properly. So, if I type that, we can do a raid. Beautiful. So, go hang out over there.
There you go.
And we'll we'll see you guys over
you
there.
on.
And have a nice week. We'll see you soon.
Thank you very much for coming, guys.
Yeah. Adios, guys.
Cheers, guys.
Bye.
Alright.
Oh, and with that, to Bedfordshire.
I don't know if we're off. Are we off? Do I stop streaming?
Yeah.